We're here, and it's always weird because you gotta talk into the abyss. Hello. Hello.
Hello, my sweeties.
No.
I'm taking over.
This is Chris's channel now.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
What's up?
All right.
I'm gonna wait for some people to
There
come
we go.
through. Are
I
we?
got my notification.
Are we live? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yay! Okay. I see that there's one person watching. I'm gonna wait for more people to
Welcome to the
come.
spooky family.
Couple people.
Oh, Anani Moose was a commenter on YouTube. I was so confused what that was.
Hi, Jeff. Oh, yeah. This other person spelled my name right. Spooky Primo. You got it right. That is how you spell my name. Hello, Spooky Primo. Hello, Aaliyah? Hi. Okay, guys. Hello and welcome back. What?
I love the thumbnail.
Thanks.
Love
Melissa
the
made it.
I
tried.
Welcome back to another On the Scare with Sweet and Spooky and my patrons and my friends.
Hi.
We have a special guest. My friend
Hello
Chris is
there.
here. You probably recognize Chris from the first table streams ever.
Yes.
He played Ray and I Know What You Did Last Summer, an icon.
Thank
Killed it.
you. Thank you.
Freddie Prinze Jr. vibes.
Yes. All day.
No, that's okay. Thank you. You got it right now. Just saw X. Love that for you.
I still
Did
have
you
to see
enjoy
that.
it?
One.
You gotta see
I
it.
gotta see it. I gotta watch it.
Gotta see it. So, guys, today we are going to be talking about our top 10 favorite slashers. Just a warning that our lists are not going to be in any particular order. So, whichever one we say at number 10, it doesn't mean anything. So, just know that. It would be really cool if everybody here in the chat also says their top 10 while we do ours. We're going to go down the line. It's going to be fun. X is a great film.
I gotta see this movie.
You do?
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
I heard it's like 70s style slasher.
Yes.
That's hot.
Yes. It is. It's really good. It's weird though.
I heard.
Weird in a good way. A vibe.
It's very sexually charged.
It is.
Sexually charged.
Yes.
From what I heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember who, but I heard someone say Boogie Nights meets Texas Chainsaw. And I feel like that's...
Nights.
Yeah, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
I haven't seen that. Boogie Nights. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. What year did it come out?
I don't know.
It's in the 90s?
That's with was it Mark Wahlberg?
Yep.
Mark Wahlberg.
It's a
Wow.
movie all about the porn
It's-
industry.
Yeah, it's actually it's based on a
Oh,
true story.
cool.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I'll check
No,
that
it's
out. Love that.
Yeah, I want to check that out. Mark Wahlberg in a horror movie.
No, it's
No,
a
it's-
movie about porn.
Yeah, it's not a horror movie.
Huh?
I thought I heard Mark Wahlberg. Never mind.
Mark Wahlberg in a horror movie.
I was like, okay.
That would
I
be
mean,
something.
The Happening,
In a
right?
horror movie. He's
There's
gotta get
some-
a-
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, the happening.
There are some pretty good special effects in Boogie Nights, but I don't know if I'd call it a horror.
Cool.
Anyway, you'll know when you see the movie.
Cool. So, guys, everybody watching, if Chris looks confused sometimes, we have this, I have to wear the headphones and Chris can't hear sometimes, but it's fine.
Can't hear the best, but it's okay. I'm trying.
We're gonna go with it. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready to start? How we feeling?
We're doing good.
I'm feeling great.
If you haven't seen X, stay after the post credits. Yes.
Why,
you
there's
should-
an
you
end
should do
credit
that.
scene after the movie?
There is a special little thing.
Probably for a sequel or something.
How did you know?
It's usually how it
I
happens.
waited. I
Hi,
waited
Maya.
after the credits. I stayed the whole time, felt like an idiot because we were the only ones there, and then nothing played. And then I found out like on Twitter that there was something after the credits. I was so annoyed.
Wait,
So
what?
they just didn't play it at the cinema for some reason.
Yeah. Some
He
theaters
didn't
don't
want to
play
play
it.
it for y'all. Damn, that sucks.
Oh.
His movie theater didn't play that.
Mm-mm.
That's weird.
I
It
didn't-
is weird.
I didn't find out about the post-credit thing until after I left, so I felt really bad, but maybe they didn't show it, so.
That is kind of weird, though.
Do the people get like messed up, like gory, so it's like real slasher like that? Like they get like killed crazy in that movie?
I would say so.
They do.
They do.
Wow.
Not like I don't think it's super gory, but no, there are some that are.
There's some gore.
I gotta check this movie out.
You do.
I will.
Oh my gosh! Hi, Mike. Greatest slasher, Terror Train.
No way. I'm sorry,
No, I know Chris does not like Terror Train. That's why I'm laughing. Oh my god.
No, man. No shade or shame on it. You know, like, totally.
No, I watched Terror Train recently. It wasn't for me. But I'm glad you liked it. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. That movie was not for me though. I think I may have watched it with Joe Bob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it with my brother. It was just like, what's going on?
It was slow. Okay, you guys. I think that I am going to start with D, and then we're gonna go like D, Francis, Shaheem, like that. Okay. Hi, Rocco. Rocco went out to hang out with his
Rocco.
friends, so he's in the chat here. Love you.
He's having a sleepover. We're having our slumber party.
Oh yeah, Shaheem face reveal moment.
Oh my god.
It's Shaheem.
Oh, first time seeing him.
All the love for Shaheem. We love Shaheem. He's an icon. Night of the Yeah, it is fun.
I love that one.
A lot of fun. Okay. D, you feeling good? You feeling ready?
Sure.
Okay. Hit us with it.
All right. So my bottom two are just sort of big slasher franchises that there wasn't necessarily one that super stood out, but I felt like I should include it, the franchise as a whole, and then say like which one my favorite one is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start with Friday the 13th because we love that franchise here. No, it's like my least favorite of the main slasher franchises, but there are some good ones in there. It just takes a very long time for me.
I
And
agree.
my first favorite one in the series is number 6. So it took me 6 movies to get to the one that I liked. So it's been a while since I've seen it, but I'll never forget the like James Bond style opening.
Yeah.
Once that happened, I was like, oh, okay, I'm into this one.
Yeah, that one is fun. Did you hear?
I love Jason Lee. Very iconic moments.
Yes.
We can say that Tommy is definitely responsible for all the kills that happened after.
Yeah.
It was like Jason was just sleeping. It's like, why not just like leave him there? You just had to
Yeah.
go dig him up.
No, that
Okay.
one is fun. I like part 6 also. Sorry, did I cut you off, Dee?
No, I have nothing else to say other than that one. I also like Jason X just because the same reason. It's just so silly and fun. But yeah, that was it. Nothing else to say on that one.
Love that for you. Francis, hit me with yours. We're at number 10.
Yeah, I'll start pretty basic and say Scream. I mean everything has already sort of been said. I'm sure I'm not the only one with Scream on this. But it's fun, which all good slashers should be. But it's funny. It's quite brutal, especially that opening scene. And the story is genuinely compelling. And sometimes slashers they struggle with the story, you know, and the characters. But Scream does characters so well, and the mystery is so compelling, and it's it's just everything that a good slasher should be, in my opinion. And it loves slashers, you know, it loves horror films, and it'll tell you it loves them, you know. So,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I have nothing to add to the conversation. We all love it, but yeah.
Iconic. Scream is
Yeah.
iconic.
I agree.
Love that. Love that. I
What's going on with Shaheem?
I don't know. I was
Well,
like,
Shaheem, I
wait,
thought you
it's
fell
a
over.
found footage horror movie right now.
Like, holy shit! I hope he's not. I hope the camera doesn't pan over to him just standing in the corner of the room.
He's just died or something. Damn. That'd
got
be
Blair
really
Witched.
dark.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go to the chat before I go to you, Shaheem. Freddy's Dead is a horrible film. I haven't seen it, so I don't have any thoughts.
I haven't seen it in a while. It was I kind of agree, but like it's not the best out of all of them.
Okay.
I feel like the fifth one. Actually, no, the fifth one might be better than Freddy's Dead. Like Freddy Krueger for some reason has a daughter in that one. I don't know. They go like backwards into his whole
Wait,
past.
that's ridiculous.
It is.
Wait, I kind of want to see it. Is it funny?
It has some funny moments. Well, I'll
Okay.
have to watch it.
Okay. Phantasm 2 is amazing. I haven't seen it.
I just watched the first one last night, though.
Did you like it?
The first one's fucking iconic.
It's iconic.
Yo, Tall Man's walk is everything. Like, the way he
I
walks,
haven't seen
yeah.
the movie.
Really? The first one?
No, I like tried to watch it and then I fell asleep, so it really doesn't count.
It has
But I
music.
also tried to watch it at like 2 in the morning. so.
It'll do that, though. It'll totally make you fall asleep.
B movie Carver
Oh.
2008. Interesting. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to check that out. Trick or Treat is pretty fire. Haven't seen Mortuary Collection though.
I think
You
it's
should
the
watch that. It
first
was pretty
one.
cool.
It's with the guy from. Remember the guy who was trying to find like the diamond in Titanic?
Yeah.
He passed away.
Yeah.
I think that's the movie.
Is he in that?
He's in
What?
it, I believe.
Wait, in the Mortuary Collection?
Oh, there's another one that's.
Is it not that?
That's not it. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I never seen it.
I might be wrong.
I don't know.
I
It could
think
be
that's
like.
another one.
I think there might be a movie called The Mortuary from like.
And maybe
I
I
think
thought
so,
he
yeah.
meant the collect. Like, there's like a whole mortuary like series of movies. You know.
I don't know.
know.
Love that. Yes, we love Terrifier here. You may
We
hear
stand-
that on a list.
Stan ear.
We stand Art the Clown. Shaheem, are you feeling ready to give us your number 10, boo? Okay. Love the suspense.
I got my mic on now.
Great.
Am I still echoing?
No, it was me echoing. Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
it's okay. It's really not that crazy.
Whoop.
Okay.
Now I hear it.
So here's the thing. I have like 52% left on my phone, so I'm gonna have to trim this list down to like three or possibly four at a time. Because I should have been more prepared before I came up here.
Oh, it's okay.
You're good.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna trim this down best as I can from 10 to at least 7. for
Okay.
halftime. So for number 10, I have Valentine. And for
Oh.
me, Valentine.
Nice.
I think I heard Valentine.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
It's like one of Chris's
Yeah.
favorite movies of all time.
Yes.
Yeah, you got great taste, Chris.
Said you got
So,
great
yeah,
taste.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for me,
thought it was
Valentine
so
is one of those movies, those slasher movies where I can have fun with it and just go down memory lane. I had this distinct image of the Cupid face killer mask, and I was just like, "What the heck is this?" But I thought it was really unique. Valentine is really unique,
Mm-hmm.
and Yeah, and I finally got it on DVD, so I'm very proud of that. It was one of my goals this year.
Love that.
Nice.
Valentine is a lot of fun.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so for number 9, I have Halloween: Curse of Michael Myers.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
okay.
Now, a lot of people hate this movie, and it's understandable why. But for me, the real star of that movie, why I love it so much, is because of Michael Myers. How brutal he is from start to finish, and how tonally the whole franchise at that point changes in that specific
Yeah.
movie. It's gothic, it's dark. Michael is brutal, he's fast, he's just good in
Mhm.
that movie. Um, yeah, like as for the rest of the movie, no. but
Yeah,
for
that's valid.
but yeah, but for Michael Myers, yeah, he gets a 10. He gets a 10 for that movie.
Love that.
Nice.
So for number 8, I was very mixed about number 8. I had May and I had Wishmaster, and I couldn't choose between one of them.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna say uh, May, even though I have
Yes,
Wishmaster at the end.
May.
Yeah, I'm putting May for number 8. May is such a great character. She reminds me so much of Carrie,
Mhm.
almost like a darker version of the character. And even though it's not really a slasher film, it it becomes a slasher film by the end of the movie, and the kills are brutal. The ending is
oh yeah.
brutal and disturbing, which made me love it even more.
It's so good.
I have to watch that one.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh
You
my
would love
god,
it.
we
gotta
should
watch it.
watch that.
Yes. You have
Yeah,
to
it's
get Chris to
very
watch it. He's never seen it.
Yeah,
yeah, it's very
I'm
underrated.
gonna write that
movie.
on my list.
It is very underrated. That's a great 3.
So for number 7, my last one for now, I have American Mary.
Oh, that
Yes.
Yes. This
Iconic.
movie, this movie when I first saw it, I was like in between, like, do I want to watch it? Do I not want to watch it? Because I knew Catherine Isabel was in it, and I knew her from Freddy vs. Jason, and I loved her so much as Gib, and I was like, oh, I like this character. I like this actress, and I seen her in Ginger Snaps, and I was like, okay, now I'm a huge fan. So then I went back and watched American Mary, and that movie is delightfully disturbing. I love that movie so much.
It's
It's one
so
of my
good.
Which one?
it's one of my like
American Mary.
I still haven't seen that one either.
you gotta see it, Chris.
You do. You got to see
I
it.
gotta.
But yeah, it's like in my top 6 or top like 7 comfort slasher horror movies. And I say it's a
Yeah.
slasher movie because the kills in that movie are so disturbing, and it's justified why. So
Mhm.
yeah, anything for Catherine Isabel, she is amazing and underrated
She
as an
is.
actress.
She
She's a
is.
queen.
Queen. Spooky bad bitch. We love Catherine Isabel.
Spooky bad bitch
Okay,
vibes.
Spooky bad bitch vibes.
I'm good.
Awesome. Thank you for giving us those
No
and
problem.
being my echo. Okay. Andy, you feeling ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I did go. This is my top 10. So I am starting at number 1, making my way up to my favorite, and also just because slashers are such a favorite genre of mine, I had a real hard time paring this down. So I kind of created a few like rules. Like I just made all the slashers be mortal, human, non-supernatural, antagonists, just to make it easy for me, or else this would have been impossible. So, starting at number 1, I put down The Burning, which when we talked about our genre, our favorite genres, like I had slashers as a favorite genre. The Burning was on that list. It's kind of low on my list of top 10, but it definitely deserves to be mentioned here because it's not even particularly super gruesome. It doesn't have the huge kill count, but it is super interesting in that it has like a really like it has a cool selection of actors before they become huge, and it's fun to see. And again, I talked about this before, but it's got like Jason Alexander, Fisher Stevens, Holly Hunter, and it has the local legend character of Cropsey, who was a real local legend character in areas of New York tri-state area. But it's got some iconic kills. It's got a great villain in Cropsey, and again, it's this usual slasher fare where you have a bad guy that was actually the victim of something that later becomes the villain for the story. And when it finally gets ramped up and Cropsey really starts killing people, fantastic kills. Great special effects. This was a Tom Savini film. This was the one that he did instead of doing Friday the 13th Part 2, because he said that was a real stupid idea. But yeah, check it out if you've never seen it. It's worth it because it's a really, and now it's become a cult classic. It really, I think, performed very poorly at the time that it came out, but it definitely deserves to be checked out if you love slasher movies.
I've never seen that.
It's good.
Oh.
There you go.
This was still on the burning, right? Or was it?
Yes.
I couldn't really.
Yeah.
It was on the burning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good one.
Yes.
Yes.
I will have to see it.
It's a lot of fun.
Melissa, Queen.
You know what? I was also having like a hard time trying to narrow it down, so I kind of try to do the same thing, kind of keep it more towards like moral kind of stuff. There were a few on here that didn't make the cut, but if we do have time for honorable mentions later, we'll get into that. But number 10, this one surprised me, and actually we watched this together because I had never seen this, but you have, and I put The Hills Run Red, which was one that I almost forgot about for a second, but I'm like, you know what?
That's iconic.
I'm a sucker for like the typical, like the little group and like they don't know what they're doing and they're poking where they shouldn't be, and then shit goes south. And like the kills on that one really surprised me. I didn't expect much from that one going in. I feel like super underrated.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Has anyone here seen The Hills Run Red here?
Nope.
It's
Yes, should.
it's a indie film. What year is it from again?
2009.
2009. Yeah,
The
why I
mask
haven't
was
seen
also
it.
pretty creepy in that. Yeah.
it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's not a masterpiece, but it's fun. Have you seen
I
that?
gotta watch it. No, I haven't.
It's like a guilty
Oh my
pleasure.
God.
Hills Run
I think
Red.
you would like it, yeah. I love that. I completely forgot about that one, so I'm kind of upset.
Yeah, I try to kind of like focus. No, you're good. I try to like focus from like the non-obvious one. Like there's a few in there that I threw in because my attention span of a goldfish, it's really hard for me to think of other ones sometimes, but I try to accommodate as many that I could that weren't like the main ones.
Yeah. Okay, before I go to me. Hi, Gavin. Oh shit, Shaheem is on. Yeah.
Stop gang!
We love Shaheem here. Oh, that's a good one. Behind the Mask. That's a good one. I just watched that again recently. It's good.
I haven't seen that one either. There's a
No?
lot of good ones.
It's like a found footage kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's on Shudder.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of scared. So I'm gonna go like this, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so at my number 10, I have a really basic one. I have Child's Play. I mean, it's iconic. I watched this movie. If you don't already know the story, I don't know if Chris knows the story.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But, your aunt, I think, was babysitting you, and then she rented a movie that she thought was for like I think kids, and then she ended up watching
I
that movie.
asked my aunt. For those that don't know, I asked my aunt for like the new Chucky Rugrats movie, and I was a child, and I guess she went to this store and she told them like that like she needed the new Chucky movie, and they gave her that, and she didn't know, so I watched it when she wasn't there. Obviously, my mom was at work and my brother was watching me, and I had no idea what the fuck was happening. Like I was like, I wonder when the movie's gonna start. I thought it was just like a really long trailer. And then I realized that this movie wasn't for me when like the mom picks him up and she's like, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna throw you in the fire. And he's like, you stupid bitch. Yeah, and I was like, what?
I would have been so scared seeing that.
I was like crying and hiding under the covers. I didn't know how to turn off the like VHS player or anything. It was a mess. But anyway, the point is that happened and I was scared of Chucky for forever. And then I was scared of Chucky until like 9th grade. And then I was like, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get over my fear, right? And now I love Child's Play, and it's iconic. Red Dwarf is iconic.
Yes.
That's my story. That's why it's there.
That's an origin story that would either create the ultimate horror fan or the ultimate supervillain. I'm glad you went horror fan because that is a brutal origin story.
Truly. It was my first horror movie by mistake.
It's amazing. It's my favorite story of someone's first movie. Someone's first horror movie. It's incredible.
Thank you. My aunt would not agree because my mom called her like cursing her out and she was so upset. Oh my god. What a time. Let me catch up here. Lanessa, how are you?
That is
You
some
are
scary
right.
shit.
Keeping up with the Kardashians is pretty scary. What was the name of the previous movie mentioned? Oh, The Hills Run Red. It's the one Melissa mentioned. It's from 2009. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Cold Prey? Is that a movie? I don't know.
I believe so.
Is that? I don't know.
Because I think I saw somebody write High Tension and Cold Prey are brutal films.
Oh yeah, I see that.
High Tension, all about it here.
Yeah, Chris loves High
Yeah.
Tension. Thank you for the Vampire Rex. Guys, feel free to list yours as well. I see Spooky Primo. Prom Night at number 10. Is it the 80s one or is it the remake? I'm sure it's the one from the 80s because most people don't like the
Yeah, the one the remake was like, nah.
It's so different that it's like, does it even count as a remake? It's like completely different
Yeah.
movie. Okay, are you ready to?
I'm ready.
Okay, you're number 10.
Okay, number 10 for me is Scream. And that being is because that was one of the first movies that I remember watching. Well, I didn't have this like on like least from like, you know, from favorite to like worst or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember watching this when I was like a kid, and my mom like rented it. And for some reason, the VCR was in my bedroom, and that opening where Drew Barrymore is on the phone scared me so bad.
God, yeah.
I think anytime somebody called the house for like days later, my mom would answer. I seriously was so terrified, and I was just like horrified by this movie. And Tatum's death with the garage scene, like
Crazy.
yeah, like
Iconic.
that was just it's such a scary movie. I mean, nowadays, like I watch it, and I can like kind of like laugh.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like funny.
It's like, okay,
yeah,
it's just
like now we
natural,
get it, right?
But
yeah.
back then, it was like definitely really scary, you know, watching as a kid. So good cast of actors, actresses.
Yes.
And good score.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, like Drew Barrymore, like well, just throughout the whole movie, like that score where she's like about to die.
Yeah, it's so
and,
good.
Like she almost makes it.
It's
like
good.
just throw the phone.
Yeah. I feel like Scream, the opening is one of my favorite openings of all time. It's
I
iconic.
think so.
Yeah. It's
yes.
really good.
Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, that's my 10.
Love that. Let me go back to the chat. 1980s. I figured that. Well, thank you for coming, Lanessa. Oh, Gavin, I did say before actually that it's really in no order. Like we have it just it's it's really no order.
Oh yeah,
So
that wasn't like my least favorite. No, that's what I was saying in the beginning. I probably didn't say it that good. I kind of just threw this list together.
Yeah, we all did that.
Of all like the films.
So the order doesn't even matter. I haven't seen Dead Snow. How old am I? I am 25. I don't know who you're asking that to. I think it's me. But yeah, I'm 25. She's old. Okay. Sorry. Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
I think you missed it. I said it at the beginning before you came. D, we feeling ready for this number 9?
Sure. I just want to clarify too that I put mine in order. So if so if anyone if anyone does have an issue with my order, take it up with me.
But also, like, that's so dumb. If y'all have an issue with our order, like,
well, I want to fight people, so bring it on. Bring on the hate. I'm all about it.
Oh yeah, come after me.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Exactly, because they probably have way more knowledge and evidence to back up the decision than I do, so they're probably right. But anyways, so the second of my, like, it's more just based on the franchise being iconic and me having to fill out top 10 list is so the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Really, I like every movie from the franchise fairly equally, other than I think someone mentioned it. It might be Freddy's Dead. I don't remember. There's one of them I really didn't like. I think it was like the last one before New Nightmare. If that was Freddy's Dead.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, it might have been that one. I think it was the one where the dude from who made Robot Chicken like got sucked into a video game or something. It was so stupid.
Yeah, that's
okay.
A little ridiculous.
I think it had 3D elements too.
Probably.
Which were shoehorned in for no good reason. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
As with all good 3D horror movies.
3D, yeah.
Iconic.
But one that stands out for me in the franchise is New Nightmare. I don't know. I just really liked it. It was really unique. I know a lot of people really credit and like Scream for kind of the meta aspect of it, and rightfully so. And both are Wes Craven, obviously, too. But I definitely think New Nightmare was kind of planting the seeds of Wes Craven's kind of later, more meta movies.
I agree.
And so, yeah, I think it did it first, but
definitely.
No, I mean not necessarily better or anything, but it was interesting to see that, not knowing that it was a super meta movie, and then being like, oh wait, this really kind of paved the way for Scream, especially coming from Wes Craven, but kind of just in general. So yeah. And then this is the one too where the phone, right?
Oh.
With the mouth, or is that a different one?
I think that was the first one.
That's the first one.
Oh, well, never mind. Ignore me. I'm out.
That's fine.
But the whole franchise is pretty fun besides that one. But
I love that one. That's actually my favorite one.
I don't even mind the remake as much as everyone else. I definitely get the hate, and it's not a great movie, but I don't think it's awful. It's more one of those, it's just like, why was this made? type of movie.
Yeah.
But anyways, New Nightmare. There you go.
Awesome. These are solid.
Oh my God, Michael Myers is in the chat.
Michael Myers. Michael Michael Myers. Oh, sorry, my ear hit you.
You're
fine. Ooh, Spooky Primo is coming through with the Giallo.
Okay, so that's Giallo.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't seen Torso yet. I plan to. It's on my list. Love seeing the love for some Giallo here. Haven't seen Psycho Goreman. Popcorn. Yeah, I tried to watch Popcorn with my friend Joni, and we were just like not vibing with it. We turned it off.
Speaking of which, do you want some?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. My Bloody Valentine. Which one? Is it 3D or is it the 80s one? It's probably the 80s one, but I figured I asked.
It's always the 80s one.
Seems like it. Hatchet 2. I can't remember Hatchet 2. It's been so long. Love that for you. I do. I do have to see it. I have seen the first Hatchet. Well, I have seen both, but I just don't remember part 2. But Hatchet, I actually rewatched recently. It's still fun. Important questions that Gavin has. Actually, no. So we
couldn't find it.
We
not
saw
streaming.
that it was, yeah, we saw like a couple months ago that it was on HBO Max, and then we went there last night and it wasn't there. So
Yeah.
we didn't.
But it's on the list now because now we're really invested in finding that and watching that.
Yeah. Happy Death Day is so fun. Love Happy Death Day here. Frances, are you feeling ready for your next?
I'm feeling ready. Ready
Let's
as
do
I
it.
All right.
Love that.
This probably be no surprise to you guys. But it's The
Oh my
Strangers.
god, I know it.
The Strangers.
Ooh.
That's a slasher, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm
Right?
doubting myself. It's definitely a slasher. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
yeah.
count it.
No.
I'm sure you guys know.
No, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure
I
you
haven't
guys
seen
know
it.
it by now. I love home invasions. I've spoke about it endlessly, including on here before. So give us a class. The Strangers is class if I've ever seen it. It's very.
Yes.
I love why I won't go endlessly into it because I've said it like 1,000 times before, but why I love Home Invasion and The Strangers specifically is because it's so grounded and it's so easy to see yourself in the position of the protagonist, the victims, right? It's with Freddie, we love him, Michael, we love him, but probably not going to happen to you. Whereas these just basically random people come into your house and wanting to kill you is plausible. So it's everything that terrifies me. I think the performances are great. The protagonists are very likable, and the dynamic they have, the sort of the relationship they have, and how it goes through the film. They're very mature. Very mature characters. They're not stupid, and seeing that their relationship with each other, how it's affected through the film is quite refreshing, but also kind of heartbreaking. So I love The Strangers. I think it's a great example of a home invasion film, and I will continue to shill it until the day I die.
I love it. That's great. Let me catch up on the chat. I have to watch this film. I have to watch it. Oh yes, The Exorcist 3. We have the Exorcist 3 expert with us right here. It's Andy.
I just knew you were talking about me. Because I made you all watch it.
It was so good though.
Fuck yeah.
We love D being here and then being in the chat. We love D.
Speaking of meta.
Urban Legend is a good slasher. I think it's okay. I don't know. Oh my god.
Yo, for a second, I was
Andy
gonna say like,
also.
"Oh my God, Andy, did you see this comment?" And then I realized it's Andy.
Who is that genius? Oh my goodness. What taste your audience has.
Oh, happy birthday to me. I haven't seen it, but that is on my list. Love hearing all these different movies. I wasn't expecting half of these ones y'all are saying. Shaheem, are we feeling ready? You're at your number 6? Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, got my mic on. um, and before I actually start, let's see, 6, 5, and 4. I wanted to say that my honorable mentions are Texas Chainsaw, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Scream. Just because there are so many films that I like in those franchises too, that I'm just like, it's too hard to choose one of them at least for this list. So I just went with a lot of unique ones.
Hmm.
And then there are some that are pretty much my favorites on this list anyway. So at least for me, this list counts as favorites. So here I go. Number 6, Serial Mom.
Love it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, for those if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. When I heard about Serial Mom, eh, I was kind of with American Mary. I was like, okay, I don't really know what this movie's about, but it's a serial killing mom, so I thought that's something for me because being around my mom growing up, I could buy the idea that my mom could one day be a serial killer. So I was like, you know what, that's a whole horror movie in itself growing up for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. So I watched the movie and I loved it, of course, because Kathleen Turner is the lead on the cover of Serial Mom, and I think she's a fantastic actress. Um, I couldn't see anyone else playing her character. Matthew Willard's in it too.
Popcorn.
Uh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
no, that's
I hope you brought enough for everybody.
that's
Right
true.
here, plenty.
Continue, Shaheem.
Oh no, D.
But yeah, Matthew Willard's in it, so he pretty much swayed me because I loved him in Scooby Doo, 13 Ghosts.
Icon.
Um, yeah, so I was like, okay, he's in this, great, and in Scream, of course. But yeah, I was like, yeah, he's in this, cool, and I love this character in it too. He was really funny, and the movie is very self-referential and its own like cheesy '90s kind of way, but it still holds up for me. And I have the DVD
Nice.
and listen to the commentary tracks, and they're a lot of fun. The whole movie is a lot of fun. So yeah. So number 6 is
Awesome.
Serial Mom. Number 5 is Happy Death Day.
Of course. I knew that would be on your list.
Yes, it had to be on my list.
Of course.
And so it's more for me. Happy Death Day since Scream to me reinvented the horror comedy genre. I feel like whether horror fans acknowledge that or not, that movie is a lot of fun. For a concept of a girl repeating the same day over and over and just dying and try to figure out who her killer is, I thought was very inventive for
Hmm.
not only for horror but for horror comedies. And I thought, okay, that's a really good premise. And then when I seen the trailer, I was convinced that it would go to like a straightforward horror direction. But when I watched the movie, it went into a completely different direction. It was funny, it was smart, it was scary for me.
Hmm.
At times, just for the sake of it. Um, and I love the leads. I loved Jessica Roth as Tree. I thought she was a great final girl to go from like a sleazy and not really likable character to very likable in both movies, Happy Death Day 1 and 2. And I love Rachel Matthews as Danielle.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's
She's
probably my
so good.
favorite character. She's probably my favorite character in both those movies. And
Yeah,
we
she's
love
awesome.
Carter here. We love
We love
Carter
him.
here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and Ryan too. Even Ryan is a very underrated character. He's
He
he's one of my
is.
favorites too. Yeah. But yeah, so that's Happy Death Day. Number 4 for now, it's Freaky.
Oh, I knew
That
that was
movie
also going
is
to be on your list.
it again. It's one of those movies that had to be on this list, if not just like anywhere, like in
Mhm.
my top somewhere. But yeah, Freaky. I could have bumped it up to number 3, but I have another movie before that that's more personal. But Freaky for me, it's number 4 because when I seen the trailer, I had no clue what I was getting into, and it summed up pretty much the whole movie for me. A, a final girl switching bodies with a serial killer, that is inventive for the horror genre and horror comedies. I
I
thought
think
that was a
everyone can
really
hear the popcorn. I'm going to mute it while you talk.
that's cool. My voice is getting dry anyway, so I apologize for that. Yeah, I just thought it was a cool concept, switching bodies with a serial killer. A final girl switching bodies with a serial killer. That is a really inventive idea. And the way the whole movie played out, I didn't expect that to play out the way it did. And Christopher Landon is a genius for playing out the way he did Happy Death Day movies. So yeah, it does make sense that he structured it in a really fun, frightening, yeah, just a really great pace, a very very great pace. And I love the characters. I love Josh. I love Josh. He's probably my favorite character in Freaky, next to Millie, or as the butcher. So yeah, yeah, Freaky is Freaky. I wouldn't say that it reinvented horror comedies like Happy Death Day did, but it's enough that it's a fun horror comedy movie and a slasher movie. The kills in that movie are solid, very solid. I love the wine bottle kill. I love the toilet kill, the tennis racket, the teacher kill with the saw in the wood shop room. All the kills are solid. So yeah, Freaky definitely up there, number 4.
I love that. Yes, Freaky is really, really good. I feel like Christopher Landon is just so good at making the horror comedy. Let me catch up here. Love that you're just sitting there like.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I love it. I'm
Okay.
eating it too. It's fine. Um, it's just hilarious. April Fool's Day.
That's what Amy Steele.
Have you seen it?
Mhm.
Is it good?
I haven't seen it in years. It's decent. If
Okay.
I recall. I love it. She's from Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah. No, I know.
Ginny.
Yeah. Okay. Solid. We love popcorn ASMR here on the channel. Yes. We love that for me. I have not seen this. Has anyone seen this here? Hellbent? You see that?
No.
I don't know what that is. Orphan is solid. Number 7, Friday the 13th, the 1980s. Okay. Love that.
Did the Orphan
And then-
sequel ever come out?
No, not
Was-
yet.
It was slated for like January, right?
I don't
think
know.
written date.
I didn't know I had a date.
I'm sure. Maybe I read a. Well, clickbaited, but I'm sure it was for January. But then I just realised, I hadn't heard anything from it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with it. That is a solid remake. We have the Casey Becker popcorn
love
right
that.
now.
Popcorn.
We're living. We're having a slumber party.
You can't get more Casey Becker than the popcorn.
This is true. The jail scene in Malignant.
Oh my god.
Oh, so good.
I agree. Malignant was good.
Fire.
I like that movie.
A lot of fun. I wish we could share it with you, Spooky Primo.
Listen, we have some in the we have some in the kitchen.
Just like come through. I have another one. We'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready, Andy? Are we feeling good?
Yes, I had to make sure my mic was on, but yes,
Let's
we are
do
feeling
it.
great. I have a giant camera in my way, so I can't see the screen right now. Anyway, my setup is a mess right now. Sorry. Anyway, I should really take a photo of all this just so you can see what the hell I'm working with.
I honestly want to see it.
I will, but I might clean up all the beer bottles first because this is also a picture of a much darker scenario. But it's anyway. Okay, so let's continue on. This is all right. Number 9. Number 9, I'm gonna have to throw in Friday the 13th, the first one. You guys know that I'm a big Friday the 13th fan, and unabashedly so. I know they're bad movies. I don't give a shit. I love them, and they're big, dumb, and stupid, and I love them. But I think the first movie is I think it's a solid slasher for its time. 1980. Everyone was trying to capitalize on that same fire that like Black Christmas and Halloween were doing. So.
Right.
For what it is, for when it came out, I thought it did an amazing job of giving you a little bit of a twist there at the end that I don't think anyone saw coming, which is really important for when that movie came out. The cast of characters is actually great. Friday the 13th gets a bad rep for having a pretty forgettable group of people in the movie, but I think the first one does a good job. But especially Adrian King. And everyone remembers Kevin Bacon, of course. But I actually liked all the camp counselors. I thought they were great. It has outstanding special effects, really good creative kills. Again, mostly because of Tom Savini. And it's just a fun story. It has a weird tacked on ending, but right before that point, it's a lot of fun. And it has your weird kooky characters. It has a lot of things that you'll see in later slasher movies.
Yes.
It has that kooky sort of prophet character, the whole like, you're all gonna die out there kind of guy, which will show up in later slasher movies. And I don't know, I love it. I think it's great. And yeah, that's it. And it's unfortunately it does show up super duper low on my list at number 9, but only because the other movies that I have I think do it a little bit better. But I do love the movie, so
That's solid.
yeah.
I agree with everything he said.
I know you do.
I love the Friday 13th. They are fun. They really are.
They're fun, yeah.
I'm glad that you guys love them. They're not for me. And it's fine. I'm sorry. Oh, we know.
We know.
I know. My God, who is she? Like, does she have her own channel? What is this? Psycho is probably my favorite slasher of all time. That's a really good one. I haven't seen anyone here say that yet. How are you, Jeffrey? Part 5, yeah. Part 5 is
Yeah.
fun.
I agree.
I do love Part 5.
Part 5
I
is
love
fun.
that one too.
That's a good one.
And he does have a bunch of friends behind him.
They are there to cover up the mess that is the office I'm in right now.
I would love to see his place. I have stuff like that too on mine.
Oh, I know. I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Wump Storm movies, Andy?
Womp stomp. No, I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Never
what that
hike.
is.
I think Never Hike Alone. That's a
Fan-made
right?
film. Yeah, for Friday
Of
the
the-
13th. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them, but I really should because I bet they're cool.
I heard.
I
That
bet
was
the fan
actually
base for those
good.
movies
I think I
really
saw that
gets it.
advertised on Instagram. Never Hike Alone. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder where that is on YouTube.
I don't know. I want to see it too, though.
I think
I've heard
most of
it's
them
pretty
are.
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do definitely need to see that though.
Yeah, I've heard, like, people have told me, I know you don't like Friday the 13th, but you would love Never Hike Alone.
That's
And
cool.
I'm like, oh, okay. Summer Party Massacre 1980s.
I think we were gonna watch that later. I wanted to.
Do you like it?
We're still at. I love the Summer Party Massacre.
Oh, I didn't know you were a fan. That makes sense.
I should put that on my list. I don't think I got to.
Well, you guys should definitely watch it tonight. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we
fun.
should.
Well,
We're having a slumber party. We're eating popcorn and
Love
being
it.
loud about it. Prom night 2, I have never seen it.
yeah, I need to watch that.
I did hear about this when I was doing research for my Friday the 13th video.
Oh.
Crazy stuff that happened to
Well, she had a
Adrian
stalker,
King.
right?
She
Really?
did. She had a stalker.
Yeah. She had a
Yeah.
From the
real
movie?
problem. Yeah.
Like somebody like saw the movie and like wanted like.
Yeah, they were like stalking her, and she was like, "I'm no longer doing the movies anymore," and that's why they like killed her off in part 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
Crazy.
I always felt
This
like.
is the shit that women have to deal with.
But I always felt like even in part 2, like just the way she was killed off, I was like, nah, for her to have survived what she survived, I was like, there's
I
some,
know,
there's
it was
some
like
reason
bullshit.
that,
Yeah.
she would have like been like a Laurie Strode, you know, like bolting the
Yeah.
fucking door, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I think X was one of my favorites of the year so far too.
Still need to watch it.
Love that you
This is
enjoyed
good.
it.
There's been a few solid ones this early on already.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's been a lot of good ones. Love that. I have a fan-made film Friday the 31st.
Oh.
Are you being serious? I don't know if it's a joke or not. It is. It is. It's solid.
I also cannot spell phenomenal, and it is my first language, so good on you, Lanessa.
Vanessa,
You get a
we
pass
love
for
you.
sure.
Yeah, that's okay. I will definitely check them out,
Lanessa.
Lanessa. Lanessa has good taste because Lanessa brought up Call Girl of Cthulhu, and it was on Tubi, and it made my Tubi list with Jay. So, good taste,
And
Lanessa.
she also said high tension. So I'm pretty sure that was her.
Oh, yeah. I think she did.
That movie is fire.
Haven't seen that. The remake. It is pretty crazy. I know you wanted to see that,
I'm
right?
gonna watch that one.
Yeah, See No Evil 2. Honestly, those movies are fun.
I've never
They're
seen
just so dumb.
it. I've never seen it.
Really? They're fun. They're fun. You got to see them. I think you
Oh,
would
We should
definitely
watch
like
the
them.
first one if we can find the first one because I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yes, let's do it. Oh, not kidding. It's Myers versus Jason. That's like really iconic.
that is
Yeah, look it
cool.
up.
That's awesome. The Cursed. I don't think I've seen that.
That's fairly new.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking of, and it has a little bit of a period piece and a little bit of a maybe werewolf-ish. But yeah,
Oh,
pretty
cool.
sure that came out within the last year or two.
Oh, awesome. Melissa, are you ready?
Yes.
Do it. Do it to us,
All
queen.
right.
Do it.
Next up, I've got. I did like a last minute switcheroo. I've got Bride of Chucky because that movie is just so iconic. And out of all the Child's Play ones, I feel like that's the earliest one I remember seeing as a kid, and it used to freak me out. And now, like, it's one of my favorites, and I can rewatch that over and over again.
Iconic.
And the fact that me and you, we have the whole scene in the little RV memorized, and we constantly argue back with each other as Chucky and Tiff, because that's our thing.
That's literally what we do. Like, I do the Jennifer Tilly impression, and Melissa's like doing the Chucky impression. We have the whole scene memorized. Love that for us. We have been doing that for years. We've been friends for so long.
It's true.
We're talking about the crazy scene in Bride of Chucky, you know, when she's like, I've been slaving away over a hot stove. Baking cookies. Yeah. Making Swedish meatballs and for what?
Yeah, actually, it's real funny. I love the part when after when they're like doing kind of like the trade off, like they're like letting each like girl, like woman walk back to the guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And Tiff looks and she sees like, you know, the couple like hugging and kissing. She's like, why can't I ever get it on with the real good guy?
She's so iconic.
To make a meme of that. Like, it was just like, she's all burned and crispy. She's like, and then she just like sees Chucky and Chucky's like, ugh. You know, it's like, oh man, that movie really is good.
She's an icon.
Also, the soundtrack to that, I feel like that movie kind of like subconsciously molded a lot that I did not realize till now that I'm actually thinking about it.
Really? What do you mean?
Just like the soundtrack in general, like the music. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Well,
Yeah, 90s, like late 90s, right? Didn't that movie come out
Yeah.
in 99?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Mhm.
It's very of the time, but it really did
Oh,
age
yeah.
pretty well.
I love like Tiff's outfit.
Me too. All of her outfits are
Yes.
amazing. Icon. We love her. Let me go back to the chat. 28 weeks later. Solid.
Is that the sequel to 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure if I've seen that one.
Yeah, they can be. You know,
Mhm.
I definitely can agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 5, we have Black Christmas, 1974. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. You might hear some of us talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're at me now.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is it me or you?
It's you. Let's
It's
hear
you.
it.
Okay. My next one is Alice, Sweet Alice. It's a
Ooh.
70s slasher film that I feel like barely anyone talks about. It's so good. I don't want to, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to give away who the killer is, but the reveal, iconic.
That movie is iconic.
It
And it's really
is.
like fucked up.
It
Like
is.
I don't want to spoil the movie, but there is that scene where like the woman gets attacked on the stairs and she's like crawling out
That's
of the
my favorite
house.
scene.
And it's so like
It's so
it's
real.
really scary.
Yeah,
it's
it is
definitely like
scary.
a freaky 70s horror movie that not a lot of people talk about. It's underrated.
It is so
I
underrated.
agree.
I 100% agree about that scene. When we watched it for one of our movie nights, I had
Yeah.
never seen that movie before. That scene, I remember going back and saying, like, that was very realistic. Like,
It
the way
was.
that shit was filmed, it seemed like either they're great actors or they didn't know what was about to happen. That
Yeah.
was a great scene.
It was a great scene.
That
Yeah,
movie
and I
is
mean,
amazing.
the movie is so good, and I just love the way it looks, and I love that the film has like all these different names. So I have a shirt that I got, and it's of Alice, Sweet Alice, but it has like
That's awesome.
the original title, which was Communion, right?
Oh,
But
really?
then
Yeah.
when you watch the film, it says Holy Terror is the original title.
Oh wow.
And then they switched it to Alice, Sweet Alice. And honestly, I think there was another title they also had listed, but it has a million different titles.
Really, the whole story to that movie is like really messed up.
It
Like, it's
is!
really like it's disturbing. Like
It's very- yeah.
It's like really wild.
It is. I mean,
Was-
it's fire.
Was Alice Sweet Alice the one I fell asleep in?
Yes! You poor thing!
Oh, I was so tired. That
You
day.
were so tired, yeah.
I thought it was that one. Yeah, it was good.
No one
I
blames
fell
you.
asleep, but it was good.
No one blames you, Francis.
Oh, I was
You
so
are-
tired, man.
You are at a severe disadvantage, being a
That's true.
whole continent away, a whole ocean away from us, and also you're bothering to study for your future. So you make your choices.
But still, even though you were falling asleep, we loved having you there.
It's amazing you show up ever, and I'm so happy you do. But God, the sacrifice is incredible.
That's why we love Francis.
It's
Hell yeah.
fine. We love to be here, you know.
Love it. Oh, I see some love for Deandra. Yes.
Aw.
That's my friend.
Oh, hi, friend. Coco. Pride of Chucky is awesome. Yes, it is. Hi. Kemp, how are you? Is this a trivia question?
No, it was when I was talking about Bride of Chucky
Oh.
that I said like it influenced a lot in my
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I was very confused. Okay. Are you ready to give your
ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
So I believe I wrote Child's Play 2.
Okay.
And why I came up with that one? Well, I think it's the best, in my opinion, that Chucky ever looked. It feels more of like a slasher than the first one. And I really I love the kills, especially with Miss Kettlewell when she's Chucky's hiding in the closet, and then he hits her with the pump, and she goes flying out of the closet into all of the tables. It's iconic. I say the word iconic a lot, but Child's Play 2 has some really iconic moments. And yeah, then he beats her with a ruler. Score is great. Chucky looks great.
Yeah.
And the end scene where Kyle is running around. I think we could call her a final girl, right? She's definitely a final girl in that one.
Yeah, I mean, she survives.
She's definitely the reason that Andy survives.
Yeah.
And I just love where the Chucky franchise is gone. The fact that, part 1, 2, 3, they all are existing now, within the same universe, with the Chucky TV series. So, yeah, Child's Play 2 is on my list.
Solid. It's a really good one.
Thank you.
My God, Spooky Primo, you're on my level. You may hear about that.
Same.
Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, Aiden. How are you? Oh my God, Deandra, we're back to you.
Deandra's up. So my next movie is one that has been brought up already and just watched this week again, and that is Terrifier. I had to watch again this week to, get me in the slasher. Is everything okay? Celisa's making some wild face.
Well, she's on mute.
Oh.
Hello?
I'm sorry, my headphones and stuff
glitched.
Yeah, that was really weird. I'm sorry. That's why it scared me. I'm sorry.
Okay. So Terrifier. Yeah, it got me in the slasher mood, so it was good. Terrible movie, amazing slasher movie, if that makes sense. Anyone who doesn't love slashers is probably going to hate this movie, but anyone who loves slashers will probably like this movie. Yeah. And I mean, Art the Clown, iconic.
He is iconic. Solid.
What else is there to say? Thanks, friend.
Okay. Francis, give it to us.
So, linked to the last one is The Strangers Pray at Night, which is the sequel. It's made.
Me too.
Yeah, it was made 10 years later, and I was thought about lumping it in together with the first one, but they are very different. So I thought I'd sort of talk about them separately. It sort of got the same sort of. It plays on the same fears that the original does, but it does something different. It's a lot more fun. It's still emotional in places. And it is. It does play it straight for the most part, but it is more fun than the first one. The soundtrack's great. There's some really. It's set in like a trailer park thing, right? Something like that. And that so they sort of the first film is a bit limited by the fact that it's all in one house. So then you have this. You see the sort of limitations of the genre where I think Liv Tyler runs out the house and goes to it's sort of a bit of filler, run to this little radio in sort of little building next to the house because there's only so much you can do home basically, but this doesn't have that limitation because it opens the sort of playing field up a bit. And yeah, you get some cool visuals. That the pool scene is quite iconic, and yeah, it does something different while maintaining what made the original great, in my opinion. And the cast is great as well. The kids, I can't remember their names, but they're both great. And Martin Henderson and Christina Hendricks, Yeah, they're both great as well. So yeah, I love it. I think it's a great sequel. It's exactly what a sequel should be. You take what's good about the original, but you do something different with it. So we love Pray at Night.
Love that. I'm so happy that you love that one. I feel like a lot of people didn't like that one, but I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater. I enjoyed the hell out of
That's
that.
nice. I didn't see it in the theater. I wish I did.
The pool scene
That's my
is
favorite.
like amazing.
It is.
Like just the lighting
And the music.
I
The
kind of
music?
forget about the music, but I knew that. I know that's definitely like intense.
Yeah. Oh my god. Love that scene. Let's catch up here. More Grindhouse. Oh, Terrifier. Yeah, it's very Grindhouse. I think that Damien Leone was very inspired by Grindhouse. Yes, it definitely counts. I mean, Giallo is a type of slasher. It definitely counts. Bay of Blood. Yes, solid.
Never seen it.
My
I need to watch
gosh.
it.
You would love it.
What year?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's from the 70s.
Really?
Yes. It's Mario
Or
Baba.
even the 60s if it's Baba. Man, now I want to look that up.
I have a feeling if it's 60s, it's late.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, 71.
Oh, that's you. 71. There you go. Okay, Shaheem. We're back to you, boo.
Okay, so warning, I am at 27 or 28% of my phone. So if I
I love the
cut off on-
updates.
Poor thing.
So if I
I wish it showed at the top of his screen.
it's to let everyone know, give them a warning. So if I cut off unexpectedly, that's fine. I'm glad I could get my list on one side of the
Very-
chat. So
Yeah.
when I cut off, I'm going to my second phone and I'm joining everyone else in the chat. And so I can
Okay, awesome.
so I can hear everyone else's list. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right to it and make the good use of my time.
Shaheem, he's so sweet.
Thank you. So number 3, I have Jason Lives.
Awesome.
Now the thing for me about that, and I can talk forever about this movie, but I'm gonna try not to. What New Nightmare is for D, Jason Lives is like what Scream is to everyone, including myself here in the chat. I feel like Jason Lives reinvented Friday the 13th at the time, because 5 movies in, it's like it's the same formula. It's doing the same thing over again. They try little things different here and there, but Jason Lives was the first to really establish itself as a horror comedy slasher. And so I love the idea that Tom McLaughlin, the director and writer of that movie, took a different approach to Jason. And I love Jason's performance. I love CJ Graham as Jason. He's my favorite Jason in the franchise. I love the humor. I love the kills. I love the whole story. And yes, it is Tommy's fault that Jason is is back for the rest of the franchise, because he was just dead, gone to sleep, just in peace. Don't have that again. Nope. So yeah, I feel like Jason Lives. I feel like it's the first horror comedy of its kind to really do something out there, and it's not groundbreaking because it's already part of a franchise. But I can watch that movie by itself and feel like it's a movie that stands out amongst the rest of the franchise as a self-contained, standalone horror comedy slasher movie. So yeah, and it's the Jason movie that I've grown up watching the most as a child. So it's a special Jason movie for me.
Love that.
Number 2, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Iconic.
Oh my god, yes. How did that not go on my? Oh my god.
I know, I'm shook by that.
So this movie is another special movie from my childhood. It was released during the year I was born, 1998. So I had to put it at number 2 on this list because it's on the year that I'm born. This movie is funny. This movie is just funny. I really don't know what to say about this.
It's so fun.
It really is.
It's fun. It's fun. It's a hot mess. The plot.
Definitely.
It it could go both ways. Like it makes sense, it doesn't make sense. It mostly does not make sense.
Yeah.
But it is but it is a fun slasher movie. I love Jennifer Love Hewitt and Brandy's chemistry as friends. I felt like they had a better chemistry than her and Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sorry to say, because I felt like they spent a lot more time together. They were forced to spend more time together, and they kind of already established a friendship before then. So, and they were friends in real life too, even during filming. So I think that helps their whole chemistry throughout that movie. Mekhi Phifer as Tyrell, he is the best character in that movie. He is hilarious.
He is. He's
He
great.
is hilarious. He was the one I related the most to because it's like he he's just there for vacation and he's just stuck dealing with whatever Julie has going on in her whole past.
Yeah.
So it's like you can see things. It's like you can see this movie from both her perspective and his in both ways. And I feel like I just relate more with Tyrell's because it's like if you don't know what happened with Julie in her past, then why should it matter to him? But I'm glad he kind of goes with it and tries to help Julie. But that's the sidetrack. Anyway, this movie is a classic. It's my favorite out of the I Know trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. I love this movie so much, and I think it. And for me, it's better than the first movie. Sorry to say, for people who love the first movie so much, I think it's better and a lot more fun than the first movie.
That's valid.
Hmm. And so for number one, Bride of Chucky. It had to be on the list.
Of course. I knew it would be on the list.
Yes, and it had to be number one. Again, another movie that's born on my year. I remember watching this movie so vividly. I've explained this in the chat once. I was either a toddler or an infant when I've seen this movie. Um, and I was so scared of Chucky. The whole scarred Chucky look was just terrifying. And it was my first introduction to Chucky. And also my first introduction to Jennifer Tilly.
Aw.
Um, yep. Um, Best Awakening. I can say that.
Of course.
So it was like my experience went both ways. I was creeped out, but I also have fun because of Jennifer Tilly. So,
Hmm.
but the kills are great in that movie. I love how Tiffany is like. This movie is really from her perspective too, like to give Chucky a better understanding of like, this is the '90s. Move your killing spree up a notch. The way you kill people. Change your MO. Tiffany, the bottle wine. That kill is very solid. I think that's my favorite Tiffany kill ever since she's joined the franchise. I think that's my favorite. And I just love Tiffany's character. I love that she brought out so much personality in Chucky that we haven't gotten before in the previous three movies. And you get to see more of Chucky's his softer side, his more comedic side, the whole gothic shift, tonal shift of it, with Rob Zombie's music playing at the beginning, her whole walk, going down to her trailer to stitch Chucky back up. That whole opening is amazing, and that song is a bop too. It's one of my favorite Rob Zombie songs.
Above, yes.
Yeah, Bride of Chucky for me is a masterpiece, and it's my favorite of the entire franchise. So Chucky second because it's got more Jennifer Tilly, and it's got Glenn. We love Glenda,
We
and the
love
whole
Glenn Glenda here.
LGBTQ. Yes, yes. So I had, and so yeah, and I think I put Bride of Chucky as well because not only because it's born on my year, but also I just have a love for the Chucky franchise as a whole. I used to be so frightened of him since Bride of Chucky, and it's grown since then. But I think it wasn't until Curse in 2013 that really got back into the franchise because being a dwarf, Brad's daughter, was the main character that swayed me back into loving the franchise. So I was like, okay, I can get with this now. And I started getting older. LGBTQ was starting to get represented so much, and so I just went back and watched the franchise. And I was like, you know what? I have a better respect for this franchise now. So yeah,
Solid.
Bride of Chucky. Yep, Bride of Chucky, number one.
I love that for
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Yeah.
again, I cut off. I apologize, but I'm glad I can make a great use of my time.
Yes. Oh my gosh, are you leaving us?
No, let me check how much time I have left now.
Okay.
I have 23% left, so yeah, I can make a good use of my time with the mic off. But I'm so glad I could share my list.
Yes, thanks for being here and sharing your list, Shaheem.
Oh, he's
Of
leaving.
course, I mean, if you have a question, I can turn my mic right back on. So, yep, I'll
Okay,
still be right
awesome.
here.
Okay. Love that. Okay. Those were some really solid picks. Gavin says, good picks. Gosh, gods. I love that. Oh. Vanessa is shook.
Well, just wait.
Okay. It may come.
Yeah, definitely.
I love Sleepaway Camp.
I know you
Otherwise-
do.
I got to meet Felisa Rose actually.
I know I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I
I'm
wanna
gonna
be
meet
there.
her in a couple of
Awesome.
weeks.
Jealous.
She's awesome.
Yes, we stand Shaheem. We love Shaheem here. Icon. Okay. We are at Andy.
Okie doke. So where am I? Here I am. All right. So this is number 8 on my top 10 list. And for number 8, I went with My Bloody Valentine. I went and actually rewatched this recently just to make sure that my how much I like this movie wasn't due to nostalgia, which usually it is, because you guys know I don't watch a lot of movies, and when I do, the movies that I do have locked in my brain are all from the 80s. So I have to be real careful about how much I love movies, because it's been like a long time since I've seen some of them. But I actually think this one holds up. And the reason why I think it's cool is that on the one hand, you do have your you do have your slasher that is based on a legend, someone who was wronged and they got killed and then they come back, but it's not really that person. Oh, I was waiting for Lanessa to say something about how I'm Fred Flintstone.
I love it. We love Lanessa. We stand.
Lanessa likes to joke about how old I portray myself as. But then again, I listened to Shaheem just now talk about watching a movie that came out in 1998, which was the year of his birth, and that really made me feel old. So it's warranted. You guys, I may not be that old, but you all make me feel super duper old. But anyway,
No.
back to My Bloody Valentine. I actually really like the characters. The characters in My Bloody Valentine, they feel like they are definitely a product of the 80s. They say really silly 80s bullshit, but they are also not a bunch of hapless teenagers. They are all at least 20 somethings who work at a mine. It's about a super like blue collar group of people, and again, the person who is the antagonist throughout the film was actually supposed to be kind of a victim who ends up coming back and doing something terrible, sort of every year on the anniversary of a terrible event. But anyway, it's actually, I think it's a great movie because, again, the characters stand out. They're not just teens who are looking to find a place to have sex. It's a good cast of characters. It's interesting in that it takes it away from that that just teenagers in the woods sort of slasher vibe. This is, again, it's a bunch of adults in a town that's only commodity is mining. So if you're not a miner, I don't know what you do in that town. And it just has some great slasher tropes that I happen to love. Again, that person who was wronged, that person who was kind of almost killed, who ends up having to come back and sort of avenge himself and become the villain, is a favorite slasher trope of mine. and actually it has some really good creative kills. The killer also looks very iconic, which again, you win me over very quickly when you have an iconic look to your slasher. And a guy in in a minor outfit with the headlamp and everything and the pickaxe, that just rules. It's a great look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that movie 100% holds up. If you haven't seen it in a long time, like I hadn't seen it in a long time, go back and watch it. It fucking rules as a slasher movie, and the ending is super weird, and but it's still really good. Go check it out. A lot of fun.
Nice. I'll have to rewatch it. It's been a while for me.
I love
Yeah.
that one.
I know you do.
I just watched this Valentine's Day.
I love that.
It's great.
It is. I literally just rewatched it last night. In
Oh, wow.
fact, just to make sure that I was it was the one movie that I hadn't seen in so long that I wanted to make sure I wasn't talking out of my ass when I talked about how much I liked it. And as it turns out, it stands the test of time. It's pretty cool. So.
It's a solid one. That's a great pick.
Nice.
I totally agree with everything you said.
I still really got to see that one. It's on my list of classics I need to watch.
Yes.
I still haven't seen Opera.
Hopper's good. Love that. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Not really a slasher fan. One of my least favorite subgenres. Does Midnight Meat Train count as a slasher? I enjoy that gore fest. It's been a while since I've seen Midnight Meat Train, but I did like it when I watched it. Has anyone else here seen it? Melissa, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it before. I think it would count. I would count it.
Yeah, I would count it. Solid film. I love that. That's funny. The My Bloody Valentine remake it's just dumb fun for me.
Yeah.
I like it.
Melissa
too.
and I used to watch that like every
That's our
Valentine's Day
go-to.
together. Yeah. Oh, that's not for me. Okay. Sorry.
The Midnight Meat Train, for some reason, made me think of that really creepy puppet show on Nickelodeon.
Oh, Mr. Meaty?
Yeah.
I forgot that exists.
Now that's horror.
Right.
Ugh.
What?
I forget about that one too.
Midnight
That show
Meat
was
Train?
No, the Nickelodeon one.
Oh, Mr. Meaty.
I think I remember.
The images are burned into my brain.
Melissa, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
It's funny because I'm going through this, I'm like, I keep making adjustments. Not that the order really matters, but
Yeah, it's okay.
up next, I've got this one might be hit or miss. Hi guys, don't hate me. Freddy versus Jason. It's like more of a guilty pleasure side, but man, I have fun watching that. That's another one that I can rewatch over and over again, and it's just dumb fun.
It is fun.
Also, it has two big horror kings facing
That's
off, so I'm
amazing.
like, that's enough to win me over.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I
And
like
Catherine as
Freddy
well.
vs.
There's a lot of
Jason.
people in it.
Yeah, I think that movie is really fun.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of
It
fun.
just
Those
kills me
two
every time
together
when,
to
like-
battle
Yeah.
it out. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I was a little kid when I saw that. That was some cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
It just
solid
kills me
movie.
that one guy that he's like, that one Catherine Isabel's like douchey boyfriend. When he's like, oh, don't look at me after we have sex, and he just gets crushed by the bed afterwards.
Oh,
like,
that
I'm
was
like,
so iconic.
Oh my god, yeah.
That is like one of my favorite scenes. Great.
I love that.
Solid. Ooh, Maniac. That's awesome.
Ooh,
Maniac
that
is
was
a lot of fun. Okay, we're back to me. I'm a little scared. Okay.
Scared?
No. My next one is Candyman.
That's a good one.
I mean, it's a classic. What do you say? Tony Todd is amazing.
Okay.
I love the story. Virginia Madsen is amazing. They have amazing chemistry. All of the scenes where she's like being like in a trance because of what he's saying to her. Like she was being like really hypnotized during that. And those scenes are like beautiful. Not only are they like shot beautifully, but just the acting is so good. And I loved the new Candyman. I will not tolerate any fuck shit in my comments about it. We love the new Candyman. But yeah, this one, a classic, really good, really ahead of its time, I feel like. And I think it holds up. I feel like he is still scary. And the voice, like Tony Todd has an amazing voice.
It's mesmerizing. Like
Very.
the film is
Oh my god, yeah.
captivating
It is. It's very captivating.
from beginning to end.
Love it. Love it. One
I
of my
love
favorite
that
movies of all
pick.
time. Thanks.
That's a really good one.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, what's yours?
What did I put? Oh, what did I say? Okay, Valentine.
Of course.
Yes.
Iconic.
So
good.
So I put this movie down because I love early 2000s movies, but I definitely love early 2000s like slashers. And I can remember like as being a little kid and seeing the trailer for Valentine, and I just thought it was so scary, the trailer. And then I watched it years later. I was like, oh, this movie's like, it's fun.
It's
You
so
know?
fun.
And especially when you get older and like watch a slasher, because the film just like revolves around all these girls that tease like this one kid, and that kid's life kind of like got ruined at this Valentine's Day dance party. So he grows up and comes back like years later to seek revenge on those girls. For some weird reason though, he only goes after the girls. I thought he would have went after like the dudes too in the movie, you know?
Yeah.
But the kills are iconic. The people who acted in the movie were like, they're like pretty big actresses. You got Denise Richards in there. She gets thrown into a fucking hot
That's
tub.
my favorite kill. Oh
It
my
is.
god.
I want to reenact that.
Same.
Yeah, like, I have like this crazy obsession with the movie. I don't know. I actually just got a new mask of the cherub face that the killer wears, Jeremy Melton. And
It's really cool.
It's done really good.
Yeah, it's like a handmade mask.
Yes, it's done by Burke Bench Designs, if you guys want to look him up. He does really cool stuff. So yeah, I really love this movie. I think the score is good too.
Yeah.
And the way Jeremy is dressed, like, I just remember people in the early 2000s wearing like heavy, like baggy clothes, but also people who were into like, I guess more like the goth scene, wearing like the trench coats, the steel toe boots, all black. And I just felt like he's such an icon from that era, early 2000s, like Jeremy Melton, you know, the cute face with all black. It's so like,
it's iconic.
so goth heavy, like just style metal. I can't really.
The soundtrack was.
It's just so fucking good.
The soundtrack was great.
It's great. I don't know.
They
Jamie
gave
Blanks came out
Deftones.
with this movie and also Urban Legend, but he didn't really come out with any other movies after this.
I don't think so.
He kind of just like made like these movies and we're just like, you know, like. So I would love it if you know, maybe he like came out with like a new movie sometime soon, you know. I think it's time, or maybe not. It's all good, but
yeah, maybe he'll do something fun. Who knows?
It's a fun one for me.
Iconic. I love that for you. Let me catch up here. The Prowler. Oh yeah, you did mention that they shot some of that in your town. I haven't seen The Prowler.
I haven't seen that in years, but that is a good one.
Cool.
It's fun.
Let's hope, Jeffrey. Let's hope. I know. I know. Oh, this is literally Andy.
It's literally me.
It's literally you. Oh, this is for Andy. Okay. Deandra.
Next up for me, it's a little untraditional of a slasher maybe, but Basket Case.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I never would have thought of it before, but I was like, you know, running through movies that I've seen to see what would make the list. And I'm like, you know, it's basically a slasher movie. It's definitely a really weird slasher movie. but I mean, because there's not really much supernatural actually, other than kind of the telepathy that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, he's supposed to be like a human and everything, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a great movie, regardless if you consider it slasher or not. So there you go.
I think it's really good. I think it's really fun. Love Basket Case.
That is a great pick, and it's essentially a slasher with extra steps.
Yeah.
Because the guy just carries
For
a basket full of a awful monster that goes and does all the killing for him. Really,
This is
so,
true.
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just, I love that as a pick. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that rules.
I didn't think of it either. That's a solid pick.
That's another one. I'm glad we all got to watch that together because fuck, that's a fun
Oh
movie.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I agree. Francis.
Yeah, so my next one, I think someone said it. Dee definitely talks about the franchise as a whole, but A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. I've only seen the first two, so I can't speak to New Nightmare, but I know a lot of people like that. But the original, I think we sort of all know why we love it. It's like Scream. Wes Craven just sort of he's great at crafting compelling stories. Like these aren't just you're not just tuning in to see people get killed. You know, the story is genuinely compelling, and Nancy's a fantastic protagonist. Probably one of my favorite final girls. The tone is like spot on. It's somewhere between like playing it straight and having fun with it, if you know what I mean. You know, it's not a horror comedy, but it's fun. It's a bit more light, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just think I think Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my favorite of the sort of the main big slashers. And John Saxon.
Icon.
Yes.
We love John
Absolutely.
Saxon.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Solid. Hello, Done Digitals. Your next is great. Love that for you. Okay, so since Shaheem is done, we're back to Andy. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
if Shaheem is truly done, I was on the edge of my seat every time Shaheem would come on because it was like when Shaheem would come on, it was like reading a H.P. Lovecraft story. It was like the last transmission of Shaheem every time, and it was like at every chapter would have been like how much he has left on his phone until it's like 5%, and you're absolutely freaking the fuck out. And you just know that the end of that story ends up with him in a closet like losing his mind because he saw something terrible. Anyway, I was living for Shaheem on this whole stream. So.
We love Shaheem. This is Shaheem's first stream with us. Everybody give Shaheem a warm welcome. We love Shaheem.
Love you, Shaheem.
Yes, it's especially exciting to have Shaheem here after he's been he's been the #1 cheerleader for the Sweet and Spooky like YouTube page.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
we love Shaheem.
He's not even on the same level as the rest of us. So for Shaheem to finally be here on this stream is really, really special for those of us who have been around since the beginning. It's pretty awesome.
Aww. It is. We love Shaheem. Wait, hold on. What was Shaheem's answer? Shaheem, what number are we on?
What was the question?
Oh, was it for like the whole?
So Shaheem did list all his movies because his phone is gonna die. You may have missed it. I don't even know what number we're on. Hold on.
7, I believe.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're at
I'm on
7.
7.
Shaheem, your number 7 was I don't know which one it was. American
number
Mary?
7? Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I'm
Good
good.
poll.
Was American Mary. Yes. Shout out to Shaheem. Go ahead, Andy. Give it to us.
Okay. So my number 7 is the aforementioned Sleepaway Camp. This movie rules as a slasher, mainly because on the one hand, it is unintentionally fucking hilarious. I think unintentionally. I think this movie falls into that category of people who are not truly trying to make a weird, like, kind of bad movie. And I don't think it's a bad movie at all. Actually, I think it's kind of amazing. This guy came out of nowhere to make exactly one movie and then call it quits after that, more or less. But anyway, I think it's incredible. Yeah, I know. I'm sure, Lenessa. I'm glad you hung around for me to finally recognize Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, no, I think this movie rules, mainly because right off the bat, the kills are actually really good. I especially, the cook. There's the summer camp cook in this movie who's a truly disgusting character. He ends up getting it in a pretty brutal way, and man, I really love the way that scene played out. And I even like the effects. It's amazing. I don't know how much they spent on this movie, but they made the best out of their money. So the kills are great. Obviously, the ending reveal is something that nobody saw coming and nobody was ready for, and everyone is still talking about all these years later. Felissa Rose, who basically played a character who said almost nothing throughout the entire film. She kind of made her whole career out of this movie, which says a lot for the lasting, like, the sort of power of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The characters, especially though, the funny thing is, this was another one of those movies where it felt like they just got a bunch of people, just got a bunch of like local actors out of like New York acting scene, and pulled them in to make this movie. And it's just like a basic camp, sleepaway camp movie, but everyone feels very genuine in this movie. Like, the kids feel like they talk the way kids talk. They're pretty disgusting, and they curse a lot, which is very, like, refreshing to hear, because if you've been 13, yeah, you did have you did talk like that, and it was pretty rough, and it was a lot of fun to hear. The whole movie's fun. It has a great ending that literally nobody saw coming. I don't know that it makes 100% a lot of sense, but as far as a slasher goes, holy shit, it absolutely pays off. And if there's any horror fans out there who've never seen it, fix that shit immediately, because it's a fantastic watch.
It's a fun one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I know. Melissa, it's you.
At number 7. Sorry, it's awkwardness. At number 7, I have Tenebrae, because we got to bring some Giallo to this.
Yes.
Like,
Hell yeah.
Love
that
Tenebrae.
one, I think that was one of like the first few that I actually watched, and I think it's like really high up there in my favorites for that genre. Of course, Queen, Daria Nicolodi.
Daria Nicolodi, Queen.
And John Saxon, even though he's there for like a couple of
Saxon,
seconds, but he's
King.
such an icon.
I forgot. That's right.
But yeah, I just love like everything, the style, like the way it's shot, the music, the kills are pretty fire on that one. That whole ending sequence, like,
Oh yeah,
there was a lot going on. I was like, oh my god, what is happening?
it's a great one. It also has like a really great tracking shot when that girl's like running and the killer's after her, and it's like the POV tracking shot. That is so beautiful, so well done. Great film.
Yes, it is. I love it.
Okay. Oh no, I think Shaheem's phone may have died.
Oh no.
Oh no, we'll miss Shaheem.
He'll be back in the chat.
Shaheem will be back in the chat. Poor thing. Phone was dying. Okay. For me, What number are we on? 7?
Yeah.
I don't even know because I have it on Letterboxd and it's not numbered. Okay. I have Stage Fright from 1987. Not the one from 2014 or 2013 or
No.
not that. Not that.
Just not that one.
Not that one.
The good one.
The good one. Yes. This is a Giallo. Are you surprised? It's Giallo era. I mean, this movie is so fun. The music is so fun. Have you seen this
I
movie?
have not.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh
god.
my
I
God,
just
yes,
know you're gonna
yes,
love it.
You
There's
would
a lot.
love
Oh my
it
God.
so
Wait,
much.
who's the
Holy
director?
shit! Yeah.
His name is Michel Savi. Swavi. I don't know.
Interesting.
But it's fun. The kills are fun. The killer literally has this like owl mask.
Okay, so I have seen that
Iconic.
owl mask. Okay.
I feel like we don't have a killer that looks like that. So I feel like that was super original. And yeah, it's a good time.
Wow, I'm gonna have to watch this.
You have to watch
I'm
it.
going to.
You're gonna love it for sure. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a very you movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, but that is my number 7. It's Stage Fright. What's yours?
Awesome. Okay, mine is.
It has to lift the popcorn
Yes.
to see his lip.
I got Black Christmas 1974.
Iconic.
So this is actually like on my list of like all-time favorite horror films. I was going to say like I love Black Christmas 2006 as well. However, 74 to me, just there's something about it. The atmosphere, the fact that it's taking place around Christmas. It's like this mystery, and then it starts building into a slasher. By the last 20 minutes of that movie, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Who's on these phone calls? It's just amazing all around. Oh my gosh, Olivia Hussey is everything in this movie. Every time she's on the phone, you feel what she's feeling. Like the acting is really, really good.
Yeah.
John Saxon, King.
King.
Yes.
I love
Like,
it. He's in everything.
He's so good. He's in like half of the movies we're talking about.
Yeah, he really is.
King.
I love the part, towards the end when Olivia Hussey just gets grabbed over the stairwell after she goes upstairs, to go see if her friends are still alive, and they're not. Barb and Phil and Barb.
Yeah.
The movie's just great. I could just rant about it, but I love it. I really do. And I don't love just to like watch it like around Christmas. Every now and then I will just throw Black Christmas 1974 on. And it's just so fucking good.
It really is. It really is.
I mean, Billy, is just he's fucked up.
He's fucked up. Yeah, no, he is.
And we never like really know like what the story was that happened in this sorority house, and how are all these voices on the phone. It's like nerve-wracking. I could only imagine what it was like seeing that movie back in the theater in the 70s.
Right. And
people
his
must
voice
have
on the
freaked out.
phone is terrifying.
It really is. And it's like multiple voices.
And they're all scary.
It's-
What
Are we
is
better?
happening? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my headphones keeps disconnecting and glitching. It keeps scaring me because like then I hear like whoever's making noise like twice and it's really scary. Okay, sorry. I'm glad that's over. Solid pick. Thank you, Shaheem. We love you. Okay. We're back to Deandra.
Back to me. My next one, number 6, is a brand new movie, X.
X.
It's probably ranked so high, because of recency bias and everything, but you know, I just thought it'd be fun to talk about. There really wasn't. There were. It took me a while afterwards to think of anything that I disliked about it, and there were only like two really small things that I could even come up with. So if you haven't seen the movie yet and you like slashers, go out and see it. That's it.
Iconic. Love that.
Check it out.
You do. You're gonna like it a lot. Love that. Love the love for X. I wasn't expecting anyone to say X. I'm very happy to hear that. Let me catch up on the chat. Oh. Shaheem, you're great. Anything for the spooky fam. We love to see it. Okay. Francis, you ready? You feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
So next, I sort of lumped two together. Both have been spoken about: Child's Play and Child's Play 2. I think I've always lent towards favoring the original, just I think because just I don't know, that sort of nostalgia, and I saw it very early on in my sort of horror sort of journey, getting into horror. It was one of the earlier films I watched, so I got a lot of love for that. But Child's Play 2 is equally it sort of builds on what's great about the first one, and without the mystery of like the first one. There's sort of this. I mean, it's Chucky, but there's a sort of a mystery of, is it Chucky or is it Andy? The second one, we just go straight into it and benefits a lot from that. But they're very fun. I love Andy. I love Kyle in the second one. Great addition. And of course, we love Chucky. He's he's a king, you know. We love Brad Dourif, and it's just they're just great fun, and a lot of, I think I keep saying that it's great fun with most of mine on my list, but for me, the best slashers, they might be grounded in a sense, but there's an element of fun to them, and Chucky really brings that, the character. There's great. It's not as overtly comedic as some of the later entries, but there's still some great little lines you get, and I just think they're very tonally well balanced movies, and I just love them.
Solid. Lots of fun. We love that. Hi, Adam. How are you? Sorry you didn't get a notification. That is super weird. Make sure you hit all and not personalize, because sometimes it's weird. Thanks for coming. Trick or treat a slasher. I don't know. Is it?
So it kind
I
of
don't
hangs
know.
in like a weird in between.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't count it.
Feels like it's like, what
I
classification would you put Creepshow in? Because you know how Creepshow is like an anthology. No, I don't want to say anthology, but it's
Yeah,
like
it is.
different
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Creepshow, actually the Creepshow movie, they don't all connect in the Creepshow movie, but Trick or Treat is like that though. Where it's
Yeah.
like, there's different telling stories.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice pick, Fear Street. Nice.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, Derek?
How did Fear Street not go on my?
I know, I'm shocked at that.
Oh my god.
There's so many. It's hard to think of them on the
Do
spot.
it.
Like,
I know it's hard. You do you, Gab, you know?
yeah.
That is true, Derek. You make solid points. Agreed, Adam. Agreed. Love the Fear Street love. Andy, we're back to you.
Oh boy. Okay. trying to find out where I am on this list because I don't know why, but I decided I kind of rated these, so I do have a 1 to 10 list. So anyway, well that means I'm at 5, or more or less. Yeah, so I'm at my 5. I'm at my midway point. So this is actually where I put Stage Fright. I tried to stay away from, like I said, for the purposes of my slasher list, I definitely wanted to stay away from supernatural slashers just to make it easier for me. And then I also kind of wanted to stay away from Giallo. And for whatever reason, this never tracked as like Giallo to me. I think only because the murderer is so they don't hide who the killer is. Kind of from the beginning of the movie, you definitely know that it was this person who got out of the hospital. And Giallo to me was always about trying to have this really weird
whodunit
story. Yeah, like who is going to be by the end of the movie, and it didn't 100% always have to make sense.
Right.
But this one for sure. I mean, you know who it is from the beginning. They tell you who it is. And it's kind of great. I mean, like you said, you already talked about it. I've definitely talked about it on a previous stream too. I love it because the killer is definitely just an absolute fucking lunatic with a crazy mask on. That sort of bird mask he has on. It's an amazing movie. However you say the director's name, I keep hearing it as Michele Soave, but I know I'm saying that wrong too.
Maybe that's right. I don't know. I never looked it up.
I've heard other people say it who sound like they know what they're talking about, but Michele Soave. Listen, every Italian name sounds really dope in Italian, and I'm 100% sure I'm saying it wrong. But as a lot of us know who know anything about Italian horror movies, Soave, he learned under Argento. He worked with Argento. Yeah, he was like a director of photography, film, whatever. So he definitely took what he learned from some of the masters and went out on his own to make really, really cool movies. And this is one of them. It stands out as a slasher. It's so interesting. Everything about it is so unique and so cool. As far as its setting, as far as its killer, as far as like what its killer is wearing throughout this entire movie. It's nuts. It is fun. And again, like you said, the music is really incredible.
It's so good.
And you also get some Italian horror legends like Giovanni Lombardo Radice, who again, that's another person who shows up in a lot of Italian horror, specifically a lot of Argento's films, who's incredible wherever you see them. But yeah, so I love this movie. It's one of the two movies that really stick out in my mind for the Michele Soave films. The other one being Cemetery Man or Dell'Amore Della Morte. If you ever get a chance to watch that one, definitely check that out. It's a fucking incredible. It's one of my favorites. It's just hard to find. It definitely doesn't. I don't think it streams anywhere, and it's kind of out of print, so it's hard to find. But I remember watching it when I was a young guy looking out for these crazy movies. But yeah. So anyway, like I said, you've already said it, and I know we've definitely mentioned it on the streams. But Stage Fright, incredible slasher movie, so iconic, so interesting, so unique, and so deserving to be on every top 10 list. So if you haven't seen it, Jesus, go watch it.
Yeah, what are you doing with your life? It's on Shudder.
It's on Shudder? Okay.
It's on Shudder, and I think it's on Tubi also. So if you don't have Shudder, you can watch it on Tubi for free.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and Lanessa, yes.
Scooby-Doo's the ultimate Giallo. Yes.
Ultimate. Hey, Francis, the other Francis. How are you? Thanks for coming. Maniac Cop. We have not mentioned that one.
I seen that
have you?
Like a month or two ago. It was pretty good.
That's the one with Bruce Campbell, right?
Yeah. And also, oh my gosh, Halloween 3, Tom Atkins, motherfucker.
Atkins.
He's this shit. Tom Atkins is a fucking man.
Tom Atkins is an icon,
Yo,
you know?
He is.
He is.
We need to meet him.
I love
I would love to meet him. Oh my god.
I heard he's chill as fuck.
I've heard that too.
You can definitely meet him. He shows up at like almost every convention anymore. I think he's really if you want to meet Tom Atkins, he shows up at a lot of cool conventions, so he's definitely out there and he's game.
I met him last year. He was
hope
really
so.
nice.
Oh,
Holy
nice.
shit, really?
Yeah, he
Francis met him.
Oh, really?
he
That's awesome.
he was struggling to like hear what I was saying, and he kept thinking my name was Preston. And he kept calling me Preston, and it was so sweet. The lady who was with him was like helping him out, just like repeating stuff for him. But he was so nice, and yeah, he was so chill. He's one of like my favorite people I've ever like met at cons. He was really sweet.
That's so cute.
cool.
Preston.
That absolutely
love
rules.
that.
Holy shit.
That's
He's
hilarious.
He's on my list of people to see at a convention.
As well.
Okay.
He wasn't getting what I was saying. I was saying Francis and the woman who there's always like someone who does like the money and stuff. He
Right.
repeated it, and he's like, "Oh, Preston." It's like not quite, but it was a nice
I'll take
try. Yeah, but
Aw,
yeah, he was.
cute.
Yeah, he's really cool. I would recommend meeting him if you get a chance.
Nice. I love that. Ready or not? I guess so. Maybe.
I've never seen it.
I
I mean, they're
don't
kind
know.
of trying to. Aren't they trying to kill each other?
Yeah,
Or is
I
it
mean,
just they're
I
just
think
after her?
I think it could kind of count.
Yeah.
I'm also excited for that.
Which movie is he coming out with?
Argento has a new movie coming out called Dark Glasses.
No way. When was the last time he did a
Yeah.
movie?
Oh my god, a long time ago.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see that.
Yeah. Yes, Tom Atkins.
Yes.
Peeping Tom was not mentioned. No.
I didn't see that one.
Oh shit! Why did I do that? I accidentally hit a star. That was weird. Okay, we're back. Wait, where are we at now? Melissa. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, wait. I'm like
Well,
thrown
I
off
think I'm-
because Shaheem left and like everything looks different now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I guess this was our whole stage fright round because that's the same one I got next.
Hey, you also have stage
It
fright.
is such a good one, yeah.
Oh, three of y'all.
That
are
one
in a
pleasantly
row.
surprised me. I loved everything about that movie.
So fun.
That's one of the very few that it's like, again, I have the attention span of a goldfish, but that one pretty much kept my attention thoroughly throughout.
Love that. It's a lot of fun. Okay, we're at me now. I'm kind of scared. I say that every time. What am I scared of?
You're fine.
Like,
You're
right?
good.
Why are you?
It's literally
fuck?
your channel. What are you
It's
scared of?
literally my channel. Like,
It's
why
your
am I scared?
channel.
Right,
Listen,
right.
You run this shit.
I run this shit.
Mhm.
That's why I keep Chris around.
That's right.
He reminds me that I'm a bad bitch.
Mhm.
Reminds you whose channel it is.
Spooky bad bitch.
Did you forget?
Oh my gosh. Okay. What number is this?
What's your
5.
Where's that one?
Number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And my number 5, I have Terrifier, directed by Damien Leone. I love Terrifier. I know it's not like a masterpiece, but I feel like Art the Clown is like a really fun character. I think the kills are pretty fun. There's one that's like really, really intense and crazy. But I liked it. I liked how far he went with it. It's very grindhouse. I like grindhouse movies. And yeah, I think it's really solid. I feel like if you watch All Hallows Eve and then you watch Terrifier, and also if you've watched the short that Damien did called Terrifier before it became a feature, I mean, they're all really solid. He's super talented. You could tell that everybody in the movies is like having a great time. And they just love horror movies. And I love seeing how passionate they are. So, yeah, that's why I have Terrifier. Iconic.
Valid as fuck.
Thank you.
actually like this because it's like a surprise because I kind of forgot what I wrote down. So I keep lifting up the popcorn, guys, and I'm like, oh, that one. Okay, so
Like hiding
number
your list for
5.
what?
Oh, wait. I said
Number
Black Christmas, so I'm at 6 for some reason. Okay. Either way.
Wait, what? What number are we on? Are we on 5 or 6?
6. I don't know. For some reason, I have.
I think you're on 6 because you're
so that
on
was
the
probably
end
your
of the
6th
list.
one. Do you know what I mean?
We're at
Th-
6?
That you were going back.
6.
Go ahead.
Okay, so at 6, again, I didn't put these from like least to favorite or anything like that. I threw Hell Night. I believe it's from 1980 or 81, somewhere around there. It stars
Yeah.
Linda Blair, and this film is fire. If you guys have not seen this, horror community, please watch it. If you like slasher movies, it's really, really good. I watched this on Shudder a couple years ago, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was in my room, like just rearranging stuff, and all the lights were on, but this literally like scared me. Like it like kind of had me shook while watching it with the lights on. There's a really great scene at one point. I don't want to give it away, but there's just really great kills. It's just so much fun. They're just like stuck in this big like kind of castle. They're like these like I don't want to say it. I guess they're like college like fraternity people. And they have to do like some sort of like ritual, hazing ritual, and they get like stuck there, and it's really good. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it, but I recommend checking it out because I watched it and it's like now on my list.
I love that. I have never seen it. I gotta watch that one.
Yes.
Okay. I don't even know what number we're on. We're a hot mess.
Now we're on number 5.
All right, now we're at number 5. Let's get it. Let's get it right. All right. Thank you, Shaheem. Thank you, Lanessa.
That's such a judge-free zone. I love it.
Thank you.
I like Lanessa. Hi.
Lanessa, an icon. We love her. Oh my gosh. Thanks. Oh, yeah. I would agree with that.
It follows is pretty interesting. I like it.
That is understandable. It's not a character for everyone. I get that.
That is not a clown for me.
I love that, Mike. Mike, also, I love your cat. Look at the baby. That's a baby. It's a little baby.
It is just a baby.
I love cats so much. We love your cat, Mike.
If you ever want to derail this channel, just put up a photo of a cat and we will talk about that thing.
This is so true. So true. We do. We stand. Love that for you. A couple of us mentioned Black Christmas.
We're all about it here.
All about it. No, actually. It's not. Fire means it's good. Burn it with fire. It's bad.
It's both the best and the worst.
Exactly. Come on, Derek. Keep up. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. His name is Simba. Oh my
like
god.
Simba.
Look at him. Tell Simba I said hi. He's so cute. I just want to give him a hug.
He is cute.
He's so cute. I love that. Tiandra, we're back to you.
What up?
What up?
That's my cool intro. My next one is my first of 3 Halloweens in my list. Favorite horror franchise. It is Halloween 4. I love this movie. It's kind of the start of the derailing of Michael Myers. The first 2 are kind of the first one's obviously serious. The second one's still pretty serious, but starts getting a little goofy. And third one, is kind of on its own. And then Halloween 4 is like, all right, let's just make some weird slasher movies now.
Yeah.
The only other thing too about it is it's like my favorite intro of any horror movie, like the opening credit sequence. it's so like nostalgic for me growing up in rural Midwest Illinois. It just looks like what I remember fall and Halloween looking like. So yeah, it's the reasons I love it are probably a lot of the reasons why people start to not like the Halloween franchise. But for me, it's like, oh yeah, this is when it starts getting good for me. So yeah.
Love that. I love 4.
Yeah, me
Love
too.
Halloween 4.
Iconic moments.
I agree.
The rooftop scene.
Yeah.
Oh my
fine.
god.
Francis. Come on, Francis. Preston. Come on.
What is mine? Right. My next one is also been talked about, Candyman, from
Yes.
92, 91,
I think so.
90,
Wait.
something like that.
Let's see.
The original, basically.
92.
He said Candyman?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, pretty much everything you said. Yeah. So, is it you who talks about Candyman?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, pretty much everything you said. It's just, again, it's a good slasher, but it's also, like I said previous with some of the other ones, it's a genuinely compelling story. It's very unique, very original, a very different take on the slasher. The adaptation from the I forget if it was a book or a short story, but the whichever it was, the story, the focus more on class in, I forget where it was, Liverpool or something, Britain, and the decision to focus on race in America. That it was a good choice. It made sense and it was logical, and yeah, it's just a compelling story, a great slasher. As you said, the performances are great. Tony Todd, Virginia Madsen are amazing. The characters are likable. It really works, and it works well, and it is different. So, love Candyman. Score as
Okay.
well. The theme is
it's so
the
good.
theme is class.
It
Absolutely
is
love
class. Yes.
Philip
Love
Glass theme.
Yeah.
Wasn't that who did it? Philip Glass?
Yeah.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Solid. I love the love for Candyman.
Hell yeah.
Yes, definitely. Such a good one. Andy. I'm gonna start singing all your names now.
Oh man, I live for this shit. Yeah. Go ahead, sing it. Sing it. Yeah, I just to make it easier for myself, I stayed away from the supernatural, anything like that slashers, but I 100% agree with Candyman. That one really stands out, and I said it before, that's one of the characters that I really wish they had done something more with. It would have been great to see more really interesting Candyman movies back in the day when that movie first came out. And that was a novella written by Clive Barker. And it did, it took place. I think you're right, Francis. I think it takes place in Liverpool or something like that. And it was much more about class structure than it was about race. And man, Bernard Rose did a genius job totally transforming that story into something much more interesting, which is something because I love Clive Barker stories. But anyway, let me get back to my list. So here we are at number 5. And this is where I put Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, which did come up.
Yes, it did.
Did we talk about it, or was the chat talking about it?
The chat was.
Oh, the chat brought it up. Anyway, yeah, this is one of those movies where, on the one hand, I'm fucking amazed that more people don't talk about this all the time, because it really is an incredible movie. This is one of the movies that I never heard of. It came out at the time where you guys know or you don't. But I mean, we just used to go to the store, go to look at DVDs, look in the horror section, and we'll just buy whatever. I remember a friend of mine pointed this one out to me. This is basically like a guy, one of my buddies, like held up this DVD and said, "Did you ever hear of this?" And he showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know, but I've got to watch it." And it was an immediate buy from like Target back in the day when that movie first came out. Took it home, checked it out, and I thought it was one of the most interesting and creative takes on the horror genre that I ever seen. It truly is really interesting. It's much more than just a it tries to be it almost exists as sort of a documentary type film. It exists in a world in which horror slashers are real things. Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger are real. They're not movie monsters, and they're the main character of this story wants to be the next great slasher person. And again, in the real world. Just the way that movie plays out, the beginning of the movie really plays out. It's super funny, super interesting, has a lot of fun with the genre in a way that we'll later see with Wes Craven doing New Nightmare and then doing Scream. But this one does it very, very differently. And then it has a really interesting sort of turn at the end of the movie, where it stops being about a documentary and starts being about a real no shit slasher movie. And it's super intelligent, super creative. It's really, really interesting, and it's really fun. And it really is. It feels like one of those love letters to horror movies. And it's just crazy to me that more people don't talk about it all the time. I don't know if it's about availability or not. I don't know if this is streaming anywhere right
It's on
now
Shudder.
Oh, it is on Shudder. Oh shit. Okay.
Mhm.
I was afraid it was harder to find, but yeah, if people still haven't seen this at this point in the game, it's an amazing movie, and it's like it literally is made. It feels like it was made by horror fans for horror fans.
Yeah,
One of the
definitely.
best to explore the slasher genre. Super creative. Definitely check that one out. And yeah, I put it exactly in the middle of my list, and that's 100% where it belongs, I think.
Nice. I love that.
I'll have to check it out.
Love that you also love it, Adam. Yeah, it's a solid one. Melissa?
Yes. Oh my god. I missed it. For number 5, I put Pieces.
My God!
If
Yes!
you know. And
You
if
know,
you
you
have not
know.
watched that,
Which one?
watch that. Because that movie
Pieces.
is a trip.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so good. And the
It
ending
really is.
alone is like
The ending is
something that I
hilarious.
will never be able to erase from my brain. Ever
The
in my
ending will
life.
stick with you for life.
It's
It really
incredible.
will. It's oh my god. It's so
We
good.
watched this together.
It's super
So,
underrated. Like
we laughed
I'm
our asses
surprised
off
more
for this.
people
We
don't
did.
talk about Pieces. Which is also,
Honestly.
by the way, still on Shudder. If you guys want to
Yeah,
check it
it's
out.
on Shudder. Check it out. Oh my God, we had the. Didn't we have the picture
think-
of the guy at the end on our group chat?
I think we did. in one of our
We
chats.
did.
That
Wait,
movie was
where
like
he's
our
like this, he's
personality
like-
for a couple weeks after watching
like-
it.
I think no, we went
How
back and
iconic.
rewatched that
Just, like,
ending.
Wake up and just send that in the group tag.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say anything. I just send that picture.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that.
Wait, what were you saying, Melissa? We went
No,
back.
that we went back and rewatched that ending because we were all so like mind freaked by it. I was like, wait, what? Like, what just happened? We had to
Yes.
like go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, because it was insane.
That
It like almost didn't make sense. It was just like,
I know. It was like you didn't even see it coming.
yeah. And
Oh
then,
my God, yeah.
I don't want to spoil
And
it for
it's
anyone who hasn't seen it. It is.
It's so funny.
Oh my God.
We
man.
had fun with that one.
It's a really good movie.
that would be
lot
a
of
fun one for a Patreon night.
Oh yes. Oh my God. That'd be so fun. Yes, we love Pieces. Yes. Okay. Is it me?
It's you.
Okay. Next I have Halloween.
Awesome.
The original Halloween. I mean, Halloween is like my favorite of all the horror franchises. It's my favorite. Michael's my favorite. It's iconic. Great theme. John Carpenter's an icon.
Yes.
I mean, what do you even say? It's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an incredible movie.
It is.
Like, I
Yeah.
love it so much.
And it's still like scary. Like it holds up.
Just the first Halloween movie is just you could just exile even all the sequels out and just like watch the first Halloween movie and that's just it.
Yeah, I
Michael
agree.
Myers after the first one just disappears into the night. He came home to terrorize the town, and it's like it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's really like mystery, horror, like suspense. I love that one.
I
That's a
know,
great-
it's so good.
Yeah.
Timeless classic. We love it.
Yeah, JC is the fucking man. Sorry.
John
for cursing,
Carpenter's
guys.
awesome. No, you're fine. We've been cursing the whole time. You're fine. Love that for you, Derek. I'm like in no particular order. But yeah, we love Halloween.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love Halloween.
H2O is
yeah.
an iconic film, Vanessa, so you're good.
Yeah, we love Josh Hartnett. That's such a good movie, though. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, on my number
Oh.
5 list, I have The House on Sorority Row.
Oh.
I love this one.
I know you do.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I watched this like when I was like a lot younger. I know that the remake came out in 2009, and I'm definitely fond of that one as well. I know you guys did a live table read of that.
We
Don't Table
did.
Scream of
We
that,
did.
which was awesome.
Thank you.
So this one is just great. I love this story. It's it's a sorority house with a bunch of girls. They're gonna have a party for the end of the year. They're like all graduating, and their old house mother that's like all grouchy and bitter doesn't want them to have the party, and they decide to play a little prank on her, and the prank goes wrong. And by the end of the night, there's like, one girl remaining, that's like the final girl. And it's like, who done it? And it really actually shocked me. Like when I first watched it, and I was like, oh, shit, that's the killer. And the ending is really, really great. I don't want to give anything. I mean, this movie's like old as fuck. like spoiling, as if it came out a week ago or something like that. I mean, all right. So there's a great scene in the attic when they
continues to spoil.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I forget.
Go ahead.
I forget the main character's name, but she's waiting for the killer to come up the stairs, and she's holding like a gun, and there's this jester suit that's like on the side of her by the wall. And in the beginning of the movie, we see this jester suit and it's empty. There's nobody under it. But so she's waiting there, and then out of nowhere, they just show the jester suit like head start to rise slowly, and it's so good. And then he has like this cane and tries to kill her, and then she watch the movie. I could go on about it. I think the kills are fun. I think it's a blast. It's I totally watch it around the same time that the movie actually takes place. So usually around every June 18th or 19th.
Nice.
I watch this movie.
Nice. That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love your list. It's
Oh,
great.
thank you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Are we back to Deandra? We are.
All
The
right.
monster mommy.
The monster mommy. My next one is one that's already been said, but Black Christmas, the original.
Iconic.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to add to it than what we said, other than, it also holds a special place in my heart because we watched it with Patreon one time.
Yes.
But yeah, just visually an awesome movie. The Christmas lights and everything are so amazing. And basically one of the first slashers, for sure, especially of like what would become slashers. So yeah, love it.
Love it.
Yeah. definitely set up like the whole slasher wave.
Yeah, it was one of those. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Came out before Halloween.
Yeah. Love that. Great choice.
Yeah, great pick.
I think we all have that one.
Yeah.
Love the love for House and Sorority Row. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember. I love it. Yeah, some of us remember these old movies. Some of
Yes.
us watch them in theaters.
Oh, yes. We love Josh Hartnett. Okay. Francis. Preston.
I was gonna stick now. So yeah, I think my internet was cutting out a bit earlier, but I think Shaheen talked about I still know what you did last summer. Is that right?
Yes.
I caught the
yes.
end of it, and I think so I have not actually seen the sequels. I know people don't seem to like the third one, but I got to see the second one. But first one I know you did last summer. I have on mine. It's sort of basically Kevin Williamson. He did Scream, and he's got this parody and of all this sort of tropes of the genre. Then you have I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is basically like it's sort of all those tropes, just unapologetically, just plays them straight for the most part. I think anyway. And I'm here for that. I love it. It's iconic. I love the 90s slashers. Love that era. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. Criminally underused in Scream 2, which come out.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Did it come out the same year?
Agreed.
More
I think
fame.
it came out. Yeah. But yeah, I love that Jennifer Love Hewitt is also great. Like, really, the main ones are all pretty good. And I do, yeah, I just think it might not be the sort of it might quite not be as I don't know. We talk about like quality. What's good? I mean, but
Right.
Scream. I think most people, including myself, would definitely consider it to be the better of the two. But it's just fun, and it's just unapologetically a slasher, and it works. So yeah, this Amazon series, on the other hand, I didn't make it very far.
No.
I think I made it 1 or 2 episodes in, and then I
dropped
know
already?
you gave it such a great review that I thought I better leave this one.
I
out.
gave a patron exclusive review by telling you to not watch it.
It's beautifully shot to the point where you're almost convinced that what you're watching isn't absolutely horrible.
So
Just
true. It's so true.
awful. But yeah, but the original film, I'm a big fan.
I agree. It's a great one. I'm glad that was on your list. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we don't talk about it. burn the third one with fire. I love that, Lanessa. We'll have Andy star in that one. Oh my gosh. We love Andy. Okay. Speaking of Andy, it's your time to shine.
Oh shit! All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the world I live in right now. I was like, what happened? When? All right, whatever. Take your word for it. It's fine. I'm used to it. Anyway, so where I don't know where we are. Oh wait, I do know where we are. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so yeah, we're number 6. This is actually where I put Scream And
Wait.
again, listen, you guys have already, everyone's already talked about the movie. Everyone already knows how much they respect the movie, and for very good reason. But anyway, so I put Scream at number 6, because the reason that this movie stands out is because it truly tried to do something interesting. It was probably a really interesting story even before Wes Craven got involved, actually, because it had been kicked. This idea had been kicked around for quite a while before it was handed over to Wes Craven, who was actually trying to get away from horror movies, as it turns out. When this movie came out, he was looking to do something different, which is really interesting because from here he certainly did not get away from horror movies. But no, Scream is super interesting. It's got a great cast. I think that's the thing that stands out. Is we all know that cast and we love the cast, or at least the people who survive and end up being in sequels. It has a really iconic, great group of people in this movie. It plays around with the horror genre, which is something that every horror fan can respect and instantly recognize when we watch this movie. In addition to the really great cast and specifically the really standout female actresses, which were given really good roles, which we didn't always see in slasher movies up to this point. The thing that I'll point out, and I believe we kind of someone mentioned it already, was the score for the movie. The musical score for Scream it really stands out. This was an super early for any movie score nerds out there. This was an early movie for Marco Beltrami, who will later go on to do a lot of really, really good movie scores, specifically a lot of good horror movie scores. And his music really, really stands out in the movie Scream. So yeah, I don't really need to talk about why this movie is so iconic in the slasher genre, but yeah, so it ends up on my number 6 top 10 list, and for very, very, very good reason.
I love that for you. I'm kind of confused. Aren't we on number 4?
I hope not. 1, 2, 3, 4. You mean 4 from the top?
What?
No, we just went. We just went on our 5th.
No. But we did that.
Well,
we finished the 5th,
I thought we were going backwards. So.
right? I don't know where we are. Melissa, do you know?
My next one was my number 4.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
4. I only have 4 left.
No, you're right. That is number 4 on my list. You're right.
It's just,
I don't know why.
when you flip it around.
I was looking at it backwards.
Right.
No, you're totally right. So yeah, it's number 4 on my list.
Right. We're at number 4. Right.
Next one.
Yeah. You're not crazy. I am.
No, it's okay. No, you didn't. It's fine. Yes, Nathan. Why am I responding? I'll just respond to you here. Yes, I talked about Alice Sweet Alice. It's on my list. I think it was my number 9. I love Alice Sweet Alice. Very underrated slasher.
I've seen most of Alice Sweet Alice.
It's a long night for Francis. Oh my goodness. Melissa, hit us with number 4.
Number 4. Pixie, you want to do it? No? Okay. At number 4, I also have Sleepaway Camp, which I'm excited about. I wasn't sure if anyone else was going to have it. But I'm like, this one is really iconic. And I remember first watching it, I feel like it was kind of different. It had the basic tropey, campy kind of vibe, but a lot of stuff, especially with the killer in this, especially that whole ending sequence is oh, okay. I just felt like it was very out there for the time, because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't talk about that kind of subject matter, especially kind of seeing the trauma attached to why this character turned out the way they did and all that stuff.
Right.
It's definitely a really fun, cool movie.
It is, yeah. Can agree. Scream is great. Great score.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is for you, Andy.
Yeah, that's the trouble with cuneiform is that you have to read it from front to back. So sorry.
Puppet Master 2, solid. I've never seen them, Shaheem.
I have. They're good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
They're pretty
like,
good, yeah.
comedy, I would
Cool.
say.
Cool.
But yeah,
I
that
think
night
I watched
went
that
and
too.
seen it in the theater in Huntington on Long Island, and I met Felicia Rose. They played like the other two sequels. And
Oh,
it was a lot of
cool.
fun.
That's cool.
I don't remember
Yeah, I
the
think
third
I
one
would.
though. I forget what the third one's about, but the second one's good.
See, the second one was fun, yeah.
I have to watch them. Okay, we're at me now. Okay. At number 4, I have one that we've all talked about. I have nothing more to add. It's Black Christmas, the original.
Love that.
I mean, I feel like this movie is also more significant to me because we all watched it for a Patreon movie night. So I love it even more now, but it's one of those movies that I watch every year.
Yes, of course.
Iconic. I mean, what do you say? It's so good.
It really
Literally
is.
everything you said about it is what I was going to say about it. So iconic. What else to say?
You know the movie's really good when the whole Patreon group is like just watching the movie and not making any goofy comments. Like we were all glued. Nobody said shit the entire movie.
It was like
That
no
tells you that it's-
commentary. Yeah.
Yeah, that tells you it's fucking amazing. We were all totally invested in that movie.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I
great
cut
movie.
my internet dropped. What film are we talking about?
Black Christmas.
Oh, we love to see it.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, back to me.
Back to you.
So my next step on the list is A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. I love this movie. It's like I just love it so much. Out of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Part 3 to me takes the top of like Part 1. They're like kind of tied. I think the kills are awesome. The intro is so great. When Kristen follows the little girl into the house, and it's so like mesmerizing, like from the beginning, and she's just drawn into there, and then like she picks the girl up because like the fire goes on and Freddy's home. It's just so good, and the music too, like the score is
music's
everything.
great.
It just makes it, and it's just so like scary. I can remember watching this on my VHS, and it was just so scary as like a little kid. Freddy like looks really good in this one.
Yeah.
I think the makeup's done
Yeah.
good. And yeah, score is great. Nancy comes back.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Love that. And I love the fact that they have dream powers.
Yeah, it's
Like
awesome.
it's like,
Oh, I love that.
if we, figure out what our dream powers are, we can, take down Freddy. And that's so
it's cool.
great. It's like
Yeah.
we're gonna go in together. Kristen is the key. There was all these like little things in Part 3 that are just so great and make it like this great slasher. And it's so like fantasy almost like too.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, I love the actors too. Patricia Arquette,
Icon.
she's a queen.
Yeah.
Like I said, the intro and she's like running around the corner and like Freddy's like chasing after her in slow mo. Like he's about to slash her open. She gets stuck in that like pudding.
Yeah.
So the practical effects are great. Like I can just go on and on and on about why Part 3 to me is just like one of my favorite slasher movies. I love it. So yeah, that's it.
That's great. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. See a lot of love for Dream Warriors. We love to see it.
That's such a comfort movie. I love it.
Lanessa, we would not kick you out. You would be a great addition to the Spooky Little Fam. Nice. I haven't seen Dream Master, so I have no thoughts.
The only thing with Dream Master for me is that they so they kill off. Oh well, I mean, I guess I can't say because you haven't seen it.
Yeah, don't tell me.
I'm not gonna say you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched in a while. It's really funny. I've been wanting to watch that one. You totally have to go.
Yeah. Okay, Deandra.
Top three. Here we go.
Top 3.
Next one is the second of the Halloween movies I have, and that is Halloween 2018.
Yes.
It's just such a fun movie, and I've rewatched it a bunch of times, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say. You know, it's just it's a great Halloween movie.
It is.
I'll leave it as that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Keep it short and sweet. Love it.
Yeah, it's good.
Love 2018. Francis.
I love the different vocals every time. It's sort
Oh
of
my
different,
gosh,
you know what I mean?
thank
Different
you.
melody. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I try.
I think this fitting you mentioned I mean, a lot of people have, but you just mentioned it as your last one. Black Christmas is my next one. Yeah, I don't want to beat the dead horse because we've all sung its praise, but I think I've said it before. I think it's a very surprisingly for really one of the first slashers ever, as you know what slashers became. I think it's such a mature film. It deals with its subject matter so very well. It's influential. The visuals are beautiful. I always talk about the death scene with the sort of like the ornament, the glass ornament.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Absolutely love that. That's my favorite death scenes in all of horror. I just think it's great. And I think Dee said earlier, like the Christmas lights, the sort of just the aesthetic. I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, it's just fucking good, you know. It really is.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so more all the more impressive that it was so great because it really was the first of its kind. Did it either come out before Texas Chainsaw Massacre or at least the same year? So for such an early slasher, it's such a great example of one. So we love Black Christmas. I must see the first remake because I know quite a few people like that, but I'll avoid the more recent remake.
Yeah, the 2006 one is solid.
Oh, which movie is this?
Black Christmas.
Oh, I love. No,
I know.
Yeah. 2006. Yeah.
Hey, great, Andy.
Sorry. Yeah, I was waiting for my sing-song entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I have to change up earbuds. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. So we're number 3. Okay. So number 3. I mean, again, this is where I get super basic, bitch. Look, number 3. This is where I put Halloween, the original Halloween movie, 1978. The movie is iconic. Jesus Christ, because of the way the killer looks. The way it's set up, it kind of sets the standard for so many more slashers to come, but especially because of I think because of all the other characters in the movie, because of Jamie Lee Curtis, because of Donald Pleasance, and because of PJ Souls. We really love the characters in that movie. They really stand out. They are not your typical or what would become your typical slasher victims, heroines, anything. They really stand out. They're really fun, interesting characters. And again, it's a great early slasher movie. I don't really have anything different to say about it other than obviously I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter. I think he kind of does no wrong in this period of his career, and it's just an amazing movie. I love it to death, and it deserves to be on my number 3 spot.
Solid spot.
Yep.
Melissa.
I was like, yeah, I gotta work one too. All right. My number 3. Honestly, this one kind of surprised me because I feel like if I would have done this way back then, it would have been a little bit different. But on my number 3, I have I Know What You Did Last Summer.
My gosh, I'm shocked.
I feel like it's so weird, but like I feel like by all means, of course, it's like typical tropey movie. It's not like the best of the best movie,
Right,
like,
right.
by any means. But I feel like after like reading through the script so much and having to watch it over and over again and working with it with you guys for Table Screams, I kind of gained like a whole new appreciation for that
Same.
movie. So it kind of has a little soft spot in my heart.
Me too.
It's got a little happy spot.
Aw, I love that. That's so cute.
I'll stop being sad now.
I love that. Okay. It's me.
We're getting low on this list.
Me.
Is it you?
It's me.
It's you.
Okay, at number 3, I have one of my favorite movies in the whole world. It is Scream. Are you surprised? I mean, have you been watching the channel? I love Scream. All my friends know. Everybody knows. Love Scream. Iconic. Basically, everything Chris said. Iconic opening. One of my favorite openings in a horror movie. And the cast is iconic. Everybody is great.
Yes.
Like, everybody is great. And they all have really iconic lines, so you can just quote this movie to death, which is great. But yeah, and I think it holds up. Yeah, I love it. Iconic, classic.
It
That's
really
it.
is, yeah. Celeste has a whole wall dedicated.
I
to
do.
Scream.
Period.
I have like a whole Scream
Oh,
shrine.
yeah.
I wish I could show you guys.
Yes.
As
It's
you
awesome.
should.
It's really cool.
Thank you.
Ooh. Oh no.
My
Oh no.
What's happening?
I know.
My headphones is being super weird and glitchy. I don't know why. Let's hope we can get through it. It's your turn.
Okay. So next up on the list, I put Friday the 13th Part 4. I think this is a good installment. Actually, probably one of the best out of the whole Friday the 13th franchise. Jason really is a beast in this movie. I love the main characters. You have who is it? Corey Feldman when he's like a little kid.
Yeah.
He's in the movie. His older sister, she's awesome. Trish, she's probably one of my favorite final girls in the whole Friday the 13th franchise. It's just so good because I feel as if like this is a continuation off of Part 3, but somewhere like it feels like it just goes in its, I don't know, kind of like own direction because I don't know, Part 2, like 1, 2, and 3 were just like kind of setting up Jason. I feel like they didn't really like know what to do, and then Part 4 was just like Jason's the slasher. I don't know how to really explain it.
Part 4 is a very good. It's a very good one.
Yeah, like I feel as if there's not many kills in the beginning, and then out of nowhere, when one kill just happens, Jason's here, he's there, like he's in the kitchen, he's on the roof, he's on the side of the house, he's behind the like the big projector screen, just killing all these kids in the house. And there's it's just everything that like a good slasher is, you know. There's like the whole like, oh, we're hooking up here, you know. There's like all those like
Yeah,
oh,
the
people
tropey stuff.
partying, drinking, getting high, everything you want in a slasher movie, and it's a lot of fun. So I love it. I saw this actually back. There's a place on Long Island that has hosted horror films, and they played this with a couple other films, and seeing the part when Jason grabs the chick from the window and throws her out the window in slow motion.
Oh yeah.
And then she hits the car and all like
Yeah.
the windows blow
Yeah.
out. So seeing that in the theater, like it gave me like theater high. I was like, yo, like you don't ever see this shit. You don't ever see movies do that shit. And it's like, you know, like, with like the violin, you know. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And like you know this girl is dead because her back is like she just got fucked up. like
I can't deal with the way you explain movies. It's so funny.
2 or 3 stories and thrown onto the like. Yeah, Jason was a beast in that movie, and he just he keeps getting more badass throughout the movies go. So Friday the 13th Part 4, I'm all about it. I wasn't throwing up gang signs. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Love it.
Great. I love that for you. Love
Thank
that
you.
for Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Tiandra.
All right, number 2 is going to be the last of my Halloween movies. And it's not the original Halloween. Please don't come after me. But I like all these other Halloween movies more than the original Halloween. Sorry.
That's okay. You do you, D.
Yeah. You know. I said I wanted to fight people. I don't know how to make horror fans want to fight me more than saying that I like some of the sequels better than the original Halloween. But it is the original Halloween 2, not the Rob Zombie. I just love this movie. Oh, my tapestry is actually Halloween 2. I really love this movie. I rewatched it like 2 days in a row over this last winter break, and yeah, it's just so fun. And all the kills are so iconic. The one where it's like he's like lifting up the nurse and the shoe drops, the hot water kill, all of it taking place in the hospital is super eerie and like scary. Yeah, just love this one. I think it's better than the original. Come at me.
Love that.
More
Yeah.
entertaining, at least to me. I definitely get why the original is held so highly, but this one entertains me more.
Nice. Francis.
That was beautiful. That was truly beautiful.
Thank you so much.
This one's for Shaheem. Freaky.
Yes, for Shaheem.
I actually like it more than Happy Death Day, which I think might be controversial, but it might not be. I'm not sure. But either way, I like them both. But Freaky, it's fun. It's funny. It is very brutal. More so than Happy Death Day, which is fun because we like gore. Because I don't know why we do, but we do.
We do.
It's just a great horror comedy. Catherine Newton, Vince Vaughn. Admittedly, without them, I think they really make the film. I think they're both fantastic in the roles. They both do a great job. Yeah, I just think it's such a great. It knows it's not, like high art, and it's just, it tries to be. It knows it's fun, and the result is a very fun film that I thoroughly enjoyed. And there's not really that many drawbacks I have. The ending sort of it has a little bit of ending fatigue. The ending, there's like 3 different endings, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
But other than that, my guy. It's it's just great. It's great fun. I saw it twice with 2 people that in cinemas. The 2 people that aren't horror fans, and they both loved it, which is what good horror comedies should be.
Definitely.
So we love Freaky.
We love Freaky, yes.
I love this
I
comment.
saw that.
I love this comment too.
I'm plotting a home
Am I
invasion.
being threatened?
Francis, call the police now.
Francis is gonna get
Oh, God.
nervous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is
Whoa.
going on?
Whoa.
what just happened?
I don't know. I got swapped.
We just got
Me
shuffled.
too. Wait, me too, but I didn't even do anything.
No,
Yeah,
that's
moved
unfriendly. The glitch
That
is
was
gonna
kinda-
type.
Wait, that was like really creepy actually. It just like moved all alone. Hold on.
Oh shit. Oh,
Shit is fucking possessed. Okay. Maybe my headphones is doing all that. Like something's going on here.
Unfriended 3.
It's happening right now live on the channel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe
Okay.
that's Unfriended 3. It's a live stream. Maybe that's where the franchise is gonna go.
You know what? Smart ideas. Maybe we should go and write this.
Yeah.
Andy, Andy B.
Okay, now that I've heard my song, I know I can go. Number 2 on the list. Where are we at? Oh yeah, number 2. Black Christmas. Everyone already mentioned it already. I put this at number 2 because this movie rules. Like I said, we all watched this as a group, and the fact that nobody said anything during the whole movie tells you how awesome it is. It's a genuinely creepy movie. It genuinely is a scary, creepy movie. You know that the killer is in the house in the first like opening credits of the movie, and then the killer never goes anywhere. It stays in the house and does terrible things. It's a great setup for a movie. I don't really have anything else to say about it other than, you guys already, I think we've already talked about it a lot. I will say that a couple of things I found funny about the cast reading about this movie is what's her name? Margot Kidder, who played Barb in the movie. She said that she wanted to be in a movie because she was the character was wild and out of control, which is really unfortunate because everything we know about Margot Kidder that has a lot to do with her personality, unfortunately, from what happened to her later on in life. We also know that Betty Davis was offered a role in the movie. She did not accept. What a shame. That would have been amazing. And apparently Olivia Hussey took the role in the movie because she was told by a psychic that if she accepted the role, she would. If she accepted the role in a Canadian film, she would make a lot of money, which is a wild reason for joining a cast. But good for her. She's an integral part of that movie. I'm so glad that she's in it. She really rules. Anyway, the movie's amazing, and it is on my number 2 spot because it's not only is it a fantastic slasher, I think it's one of the best crafted horror movies of all time. The voice. Nick Mancuso is the person who did the voice. And they fucking knocked it out of the park. It is one of the creepiest voices you'll hear in film, right next to the person who did the voice in The Exorcist. Matter of fact, there's parallels between the two movies that made me have to like check to see which movie came out first because they're so similar in how fucked up and weird the voices were in that movie. But anyway, yeah. So number 2 on my list, again, not only one of the best slashers, one of the best horror movies ever made. Yes. Black Christmas.
Awesome.
A holy grail.
A holy grail, yeah.
It's me, Billy. Seen the comment.
No, I have not. I've heard good things about the fan film. I'll have to check it out soon. That's a good one, Lanessa. That one is a lot of fun. I have not seen the fan film. I have to see it. Oh my god, so am I. Can't fucking wait to see that. We love Nick Cage.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's awesome. Melissa.
All right, in my number 2, I've got. Oh, I was gonna do like cool, but you can't see him. I have Scream as my number 2 for obvious reasons. That's another one. Oh, it's just a fun, like, rewatchable movie, and like the whole meta thing. Like, it's just, I love it, and I love what has spawned after because of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
That's the point. Also, Ghostface is Stu and Billy. Come on now.
Ghostface is
Fucking
an
great.
icon.
They're iconic.
Yeah, I agree. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at? Wait.
Number 2.
Right?
Wait, did you say your number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're at number 2. Oh my god, I got so
That's okay.
confused. I was like, wait, we're at number 3? Okay. My number 2 is Dario Argento's Deep Red. It's Giallo era.
I watched it.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love this movie so much. I think it's a very well-made movie. I think the score is amazing, probably one of the best scores ever. There's a lot of beautiful shots. I mean, the whole thing with the doll,
Yeah.
the puppet thing. Love that
yes,
scene.
That was
That's
like,
so like
wow.
Italian horror movie.
Yes. Freaky. Like,
Yeah.
like, wow.
And yeah, I love the story. I mean, there's a lot of very goofy things, but I mean, it's a Giallo. You're kind of signing yourself up for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mine.
That ending was crazy. Like with the the neck like getting like
Oh, yeah.
decapitated on the elevator.
Yeah.
That was fucked.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy moments in it.
Yes, yeah.
Now we're at your number 2.
Alrighty. So my number 2 is Halloween 2. And I put this one on my list because I think it's one of my favorites out of all of the Halloween movies. I love how it is a direct sequel to the 78, and it's written by John Carpenter. It's directed by the same guy that did, I believe, H2O, but John Carpenter like pretty much wrote the story, and I think he directed a little bit of the movie. But it's just so good. Like, for me, you know, I know like a lot of people who put it down, but I definitely agree with D Andro, right?
D.
D, okay. Sorry about that.
D.
It's
okay.
what D said, and with the kills, it taking place in a hospital, is so freaky. In fact, actually, to this day, I don't really like to go to hospitals because of this movie. Like, I watched this when I was a little kid, and I remember like I would like go visit because my grandmother eventually got sick, and I would go like visit her in the hospital, and sometimes like walk around the hospital, and I'd get lost, and I was just like, man, Michael Myers is gonna come get me. Like,
Yeah.
it was so wild that this movie takes place like in a hospital. It just
Yeah.
jumps from taking place in Haddonfield, it's still taking place in Haddonfield, but it's like, it just jumps from the houses to the hospital, and the kills are great. And I love this movie specifically for the chase scene between Laurie. When Michael catches up to her.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so,
good.
when he's descending down the stairs and he's not even looking down. It's so, like, inhuman, badass, like, yo, that chase scene doesn't mess
Iconic.
around.
Yeah.
Yo, because she's hauling ass. It's like, she doesn't know why the F this guy's after her.
Yeah.
And she just saw him get shot, and it's like, he's back. It's so wild.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on about this movie. I think Nurse Karen's death is like the scary, like probably the best. The hot tub, and he's just like raising her, picking her up. Yeah, he doesn't want to just like hold her there. He wants to like really scold her, fucking kill, like burn her fucking face off. He's so fucked up, and he's brutal in this one.
Yeah.
I think it's a great one in the franchise. So Halloween 2. Yes, is number 2 on my list.
Love that. I love the love for Halloween 2 here tonight. I wasn't expecting that.
Same. It was both our number 2s.
I know. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Argento is awesome. Great.
Yes, that is a great movie. Phenomenon.
Yeah, I haven't
You
seen
still
it
need
yet.
to watch
I
it.
know. I will be watching
That
it.
movie is badass.
Yes, more Halloween 2 love. My cat is crying. Okay. Are we at Deandra?
Back to me. I just wanted to show off the Halloween 2 tapestry.
I love that.
Oh yeah, it's so cute.
Is that a blanket?
No, it's a
It's
tapestry.
a tapestry, yeah.
Oh, a tapestry.
Yeah.
Did you
Spencer.
get that at Spencer? Yeah.
Yep.
Wait,
I paid way too much for it.
Like what is a tapestry?
It's like a thing that you hang on the wall. It's not really a blanket, but kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a big cloth.
Like a cloth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say because that was such a good point that like it's still in Haddonfield, but it's all in the hospital. So it's like even though it's a direct sequel, it also feels like a completely different movie.
Yeah.
You can watch them back to back, like perfect companion, but also you can watch it on its own, and it's like essentially its own thing because it does feel completely different. Like you said, like Michael's way more brutal in this one. I feel like.
Yeah, and the mask also like changed, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it like looks he looks very scary into. When I seen two, I was very, very frightened by the way he looked. I remember when I met John Carpenter and I had him sign my Halloween 2 poster, which was really cool. About screening
Ooh.
a couple years ago. And actually he was like
so cute.
because he wasn't like so fond of Halloween 2. It's not like one of his works that he really likes. Felt like he was pressured into it. So when I was handing it over to him, he's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's Halloween 2." I was like,
what is that? I would have been like, "Oh, should I go home?"
No, I was like, "It's the movie that you were forced into." I was like, "I want you to know," I was like, "It's one of my favorite movies that you've ever done, that you've ever had part in." I was like, "I want you to know that I fucking love this movie." And he's like, "Okay."
Okay.
He was like, "Thank you." He was like very like I guess like happy that
Nice.
because so many people were going there with like the regular H1 posters. And then here I am. I bring Halloween 2. I'm like you had because it wouldn't have been that good if he didn't write it. Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go back to chain smoking cigarettes and playing some dope synths now. Anyways, number one.
Number one.
All right, that was anticlimactic. My favorite slasher movie is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. It's just,
Yes.
I mean, it's just so good. My favorite cinematography of any horror movie. It's still so scary. I'm assuming it's just as scary as it was back in the day. I mean, I can't even imagine seeing this in theaters back then. This had to have just been like revolutionary. This to me just seems like one of those works of arts that just smashes down the door and just everything else afterwards is just kind of trying to live up to. Yeah, it's just a masterpiece and also an amazing slasher. So yeah.
Agreed. Love that.
Hell yeah.
Francis.
I'm good. Little musical number to go out on.
I love that you
so
froze and it
mine-
just looked like you were being really slow. Like,
Oh, did I freeze? Sorry.
no, you're
The
fine.
music number was beautiful.
Thank
if
you.
didn't catch that. But so mine, I had to go for the absolute 2000 classic scary movie. It's just it's a brilliant film. Nah, joking. I can't even keep a straight face. My honorable mention, I want to say You're Next, because it's a great home invasion, but it has a bit of a slow sort of start, but all in all it's good. But I put Halloween and Halloween 2018 as my last ones next to each other, because I feel like it sort of depends on the mood I'm in, which one I prefer, because sort of obviously 78 is a classic, and you guys have touched on why it's so effective. But I think 2018 as well is a genuine contender for the best. I don't know if I'd agree personally, but I think it's a genuine contender for the best in the franchise, because it's I don't really know how to describe it. It just it has this sort of it does. I think what 2018 brings is the sort of the relationship between the three Strode women, which really elevates that film and gives it purpose, rather than just, why are we doing another sequel to this? Are we beating a dead horse? actually,
Right.
I think, really brings something unique. But both of them, I couldn't really pick, to be honest. I feel similarly about both of them. So they were the last ones I'd like to mention. But your next is, if I had an 11th, probably said that, because there's some really cool stuff in that film, and a great final girl and a nice twist. But it isn't. It's not perfect. It's slow building. It's a slow first act, really. But other than that, it's pretty solid.
Nice. Yeah, I agree about your next. Great one. Andy.
All right, I'm here. I promise. Okie doke. So number 1 spot. So going to say, whoa, what the shit just happened? Did anyone else just shuffle, or is it just me?
Whoa, that was like really scary. I don't know what's happening.
This is
I think
We are
crazy. Okay.
honestly, I think
Cool.
something is wrong with StreamYard, honestly, because it keeps disconnecting my headphones also,
ooh.
like by itself.
StreamYard is possessed.
StreamYard is possessed right now. Okay. Sorry for that. That must have been really scary for people watching at home. They're like, shit, unfriended?
Scary for us too, who are not sure what's happening right now.
I have no
Yeah,
idea. It was
I
like
don't-
musical chairs, but in the live stream, that was like insane. It just happened by itself. I don't know.
We're all getting shuffled around, and it's very scary.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, so my number 1 spot, this is where I put the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I agree with D 100%. This is I actually, not only is it a fantastic slasher, I actually consider this to be one of the greatest horror films ever made. And without belaboring the point, I mean, I think a lot of people can agree why this movie is so good. But I think it does, bear mentioning, talking about Toby Hooper. Fuck, I still to this day don't know how to pronounce his name correctly.
It's
Toby
Toby Hooper.
It's Toby Hooper, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But if you look a little bit into his background, he didn't just make this really very believable and very, very scary movie that certainly could have happened in the heart of an isolated area. But I mean, he was from Texas. Like, he was born and raised in Austin, Texas. And he also, before making this movie, he also worked in sort of documentary style filmmaking. And it really shows, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre feels like the most believably and also the most terrible thing that could happen to you should you end up out into a really isolated part of this gigantic country that we live in. And it just happened to be that in Texas, it really does feel like it could happen out in those super isolated areas. So yeah, it's not only one of the most effective horror movies ever made, it's also just one of the most like really well shot, really realistically shot, and really terrifying movies. And yeah, so it's my number 1. It's I think it's one of the best films ever made, actually, and it's certainly one of the best horror movies ever made. It definitely belongs at the top of the list as far as I'm concerned when we talk about slasher movies. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Awesome. Melissa.
Hello. For my number 1, I think this is kind of obvious. This is probably my most basic on the list that I could have had, and it is also Halloween, the original. That's okay, wrong mask. It's the only one I got. But yeah, there's just something about that movie. Like, there's something about Michael Myers that still till this day creeps me out. He's one of the very few that still has that grasp on me, and it's like it's come and gone. And then Halloween Kills kind of brought that fear back, because that's when you really see him kind of be brutal once again, because he was just a ruthless boy. That one made me lock my doors at night. But yeah, I credit all that to the original, kind of bringing that in, and that fear of like, you're just minding your own business, just trying to do your job in this psychopath is trying to kill you and you're just babysitting. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. That just makes me think of like if I'm home alone one day and this psychopath just chooses, you know what? That's the house. That's the
Yeah.
house that I'm gonna go to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ruin her Halloween night.
Yeah.
No, there's just something really, I don't know. It just has that grasp on me. It's always kind of like made me like I love it so much, but it also creeps me out.
Right.
Yes.
Love that.
But
We love
He's a little
Michael here. I love it. Okay, my number one is American Psycho.
Oh,
Nice.
Thank you. I don't know. This movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's iconic. A lot of great lines. Christian Bale's amazing. We have Reese Witherspoon, who's also great in this. Chloe Sevigny. I mean, there's just so many great scenes. The hip to be square scene is like one of my favorite things in the world. And yeah, I just love it. I love it. And I feel like it deserves like number one spot. It's one of those movies that's like timeless. Like it holds up. It's like the social commentary is still relevant. It's really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years. It's been a really long time. I just remember the part where he's like naked running after that girl with the
Oh yeah,
chainsaw.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
and then he
like,
throws
throws
it.
it over the stairwell. I think it hits
That
her.
shit always scared me.
Yeah, I have to rewatch that. I haven't seen it
And
since I was like a little kid.
this film is directed by a woman.
Oh wow.
Women are the
Man.
future of horror. Thank you.
That's awesome.
You're next.
Okay. So at my number one, I put Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. So I want to say real quick before I just throw in the 2003, I totally agree with Dee and Andy about the 1974 being like one of like the holy grails of like horror. Like that's up there as on my like list of like all time like favorite horror films.
Me too.
But while making this list, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just change it up a bit. I'm gonna throw in that 2003 because I think it's a great slasher. I think it's a great remake to the 74, and it just I love the way it's filmed with the color. It's like that grayish green kind of like the way it's filmed. You have good actors and actresses, and it's scary. Like, yo, it's like it's just it's really great.
The scene where she sees that he's wearing her boyfriend's
That
face.
is so
That
horrifying.
shit is fucked
That's
up.
disturbing.
It is. It's just that moment I was like, wow, this movie is like really good.
Yo, because this is like that's what Leatherface does. Like he like literally is gonna wear your fucking face.
Literally.
Yo, so I actually recall watching this film with my neighbor years ago. Well, yes, years ago. We both were like little kids and early 2000s. So I guess he had it on DVD and we were pulling it all nighter. So we were up in his sunroom in his den, and this movie scared us so bad. We were these little kids, just watching that movie, and I can just it was so wild. I think the part when Leatherface reveals himself from like behind the door and then chases the one dude out the front door and saws through his own front door. It's like you just fucked with the wrong house. Like,
right.
Like this is the shit that's going on, somewhere, like Andy said, somewhere that, desolated areas here in our huge country taking place. And it's a blast.
It is.
It's like
great. It's a great
awesome.
top. Yeah. Love that. Oh my God.
I love the ending too.
Me too.
When she gets even with
yeah.
her. He killed all her friends. She's like, I'm taking off your arm.
Yeah.
yeah. Like mad adrenaline pumping, yo.
I don't want tea. I want a phone. Sorry.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Iconic. That's an iconic moment.
Wait, which one?
In this movie in 2003.
Oh, I just heard you say, wait, I just want a phone.
Yeah, I don't want tea, I want a phone. We quote that now all the time.
That is
oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I did want to say 1974. Love it.
Yeah,
I mean, both these movies, Just the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in general. Anyone like running after you with like a chainsaw is fucking terrifying.
Of course.
Like, you know, a huge man just sprinting after you, like wearing like
Yeah.
somebody's face. That's horrifying.
Yeah. And they're like cannibals.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No, that's fucked up.
There's
Yeah.
only 2 cannibals that I'm okay with chasing me, and that has been established. If you have not seen our review of Fresh, up now.
Oh yes, we did review Fresh. Check it out.
Just saying.
Oh my god, everybody got through our top
We
10.
did.
Woo! We did it. We did it in 3 hours and 20 minutes. We were like, we're gonna do it in 2 hours. That didn't happen.
This was us keeping it short and sweet, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just
Right.
saying. Like,
You
This was me
guys-
behaving and us really, really trying.
Yeah. But
Oh,
you
well.
know what? It was still
I
fun.
love that.
Great time. Francis, I hope you're not too exhausted. No, it's late for you.
Yeah, this was a blast.
We're good. We're good. We're all good.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, guys. Thanks so much, everybody in the chat, for hanging out and telling me your top 10. I am probably going to make a post on the community tab and see if y'all have any fun topics you'd like to see us cover in the future, because we're always having difficulty picking a topic.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
That is
what?
true.
Jordan wants to know if we can just like go through them real quick, what we all had since he just joined not too long ago. So we're gonna do like a quick
Oh.
recap.
Okay, yes, let's do that. I'll do mine first. So, 10 Child's Play, 9 Alice Sweet Alice, 8 Candyman, 7 Stage Fright, 6 Terrifier, 5 Halloween the OG, 4 Black Christmas OG, 3 Scream OG, 2 Deep Red, and 1 American Psycho. Can you go through
Beautiful.
from 10 to 1?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Okay, so for me, 10 was Scream, 9 was Child's Play 2, 8 was Valentine, 7 Black Christmas 1974, the OG, 6 is Hell Night, 5 is The House on Sorority Row, 4 is A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, 3 is Friday the 13th Part 4, 2 is Halloween 2 1981, and 1 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003.
Love it. Go for it, Melissa.
All right, at my number 10 spot, I had The Hills Run Red. Number 9, I had Bride of Chucky. 8, oh my god, that was nice. 8, I had Freddy vs. Jason. 7, I had Tenebrae. 6, I had Stage Fright. No, number 5 was Pieces. Number 4, Sleepaway Camp. My number 3 was I Know What You Did Last Summer. Number 2, Scream. And number 1, Halloween.
Nice. Andy.
Let's see. I kind of deleted my shit, but
Oh.
number. Sorry, no, I got this. I got this. Number 10 was The Burning. Number 9 was Friday the 13th. Maybe. Shit. All right, I don't remember. Never mind. No. So The Burning, Friday the 13th. My Bloody Valentine. Sleepaway Camp. Stage Fright. Behind the Mask. Fuck. Halloween. Black Christmas. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I forgot one, but you guys basically know.
Yeah, I forgot.
I don't know what I missed because I deleted my list. So
Was it Scream? I think it was Scream.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I mean,
Scream.
Yeah, you did.
I had Scream on there. Oh yeah, if I
Yeah.
didn't say that one, then definitely Scream.
Yes. Francis.
Scream, 96. Strangers Pray at Night. Nightmare on Elm Street, 84. Child's Play / Child's Play 2. Candyman, 92. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Black Christmas, 74. Freaky, and Halloween / Halloween 2018.
Nice.
All right. And I had Friday the 13th 6, Nightmare on Elm Street, New Nightmare, Terrifier, Basket Case, X, Halloween 4, Black Christmas, the original, Halloween 2018, Halloween 2, 1981, and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Amazing. All amazing lists.
Yeah.
All love. Oh, yes. And Shaheem. Shaheem has listed all of his. We love to see it. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out for 3 hours and almost 30 minutes. Thank you, Chris,
Aw.
for joining.
Thank you for having me on your channel.
Of course. Of course. Okay, guys. Thanks to my patrons. You're all amazing. Thanks for being here for 3 hours. Francis, I'm sorry. I know it's so late for you.
Don't apologize.
And
Don't apologize.
yeah. Good. Okay. Okay. I love you all. Hope everybody has a good night. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.